invest and make that money while you sleep, I'm gone.
What's good, what's good, what's good, family? It's your boy, the Wall Street Trapper, and welcome to another episode of Trapping Tuesdays, man. All right, man, so we got a lot to cover this week, but before we get into it, man, I want to first say just thank you. Thank you to everybody who taps in each and every week. 205 episodes in, you know, we can't do this without y'all, man. So we just want to say thank you. We want to say we appreciate y'all. For everybody that's watching us on live, for everybody that's watching us in the living room, for everybody watching us in the kitchen, for everybody watching us at work, watching us driving your car, watching us, you know, while you on your break. Just, you know, just everybody that gives this channel time over these last 4 years. And if you're a new trapper, welcome home. All right, we just want to tell y'all thank y'all, man, because without y'all, there is no Wall Street Trapper. Without y'all, the Freedom Center isn't home to the trappers. Without you all, there is no Wall Street looks like us now. And so I just want to say thank y'all again from the bottom of my heart, man. And like, I appreciate like y'all believing in me. I appreciate y'all letting us pour into y'all. I appreciate y'all just buying into the mission, right? And with all the noise going on, with all the with things that people can be entertained with, I want to make sure you all understand how much myself and my team appreciate y'all for letting us come into y'all live every Tuesday from 7 to 9:30 to 10 o'clock. So for that, man, we just want to give a big old we trapping to y'all. You feel me? All right, so like, I want to say this as we get into this week. Man, we on the other side of the year, right? Like, we in August. So we already know, like, things about to start speeding up, right? You about to get September, that's going to get out the way. Then you're going to have October. Once Halloween, you get what, Labor Day or something? Then you get Halloween, you get Thanksgiving, you get Christmas. Boom, New Year's, you in 2027. And what happened is you had certain pockets of the year that was really good to you. And then you had some pockets of the year that was really bad for you. And you had some pockets of the year where you felt like you was in just like autopilot. But I want you to understand that every decision you make is a compounded decision that compounds to your freedom. I want you to understand that. So like, no decision that you make goes unnoticed. Every decision that you make is a seed. Every decision that you make is possibility, and then you fertilize those seeds with action. And so I want you to understand that we have to, watch this, compound good decision making so we can compound our way to freedom. Yeah, we gotta compound good decision making. So like, good decision making doesn't mean we don't make mistakes. See, that's the thing that gets a lot of people in trouble. Like, they think that because something happens or something goes wrong, you made a bad decision. No. It's how we navigate, right? So things happen in life, and then you have to be able to make the good decision. So steward the decision so you can compound your way to freedom. All right, I want to get in that because I want y'all to understand something like that happened to me this weekend, right? And I had to make multiple decisions while I was exhausted. Like, and that's what I said, like, exhaustion is when you are more susceptible to mistakes. Because you're not thinking at your like peak. Like, you're not thinking in a way that's best for you. You thinking in the way of being weary, right? So, and I thought about this because I think about, like, no matter what your religious beliefs is, like, I like to use stories in the Bible because they are grounded in principle. Like, I'm not tripping on your belief system, but I like to use stories in the Bible because they are grounded in principle. I want you to think about something, right? Christ was at his weakest, like and if you read it, it says that the Spirit sent them into the wilderness, right? Like, so he ain't just say, yep, boom, I'm about to just go into the wilderness, and then like for 40 days, I'm gonna do this thing. It's like says the Spirit sent them into the wilderness. So that means there was an ordained assignment on his life. Okay, like, so when the Spirit send you to something, like, you ever had this thing in your mind, you're like, yo, the Spirit did that for me. Or the Spirit led me this way. Like, man, I don't know, it's in my spirit, right? That's God connecting with you. Like, just listen to me when I say this, because this is going to be important, right? This is like God connecting. All of us done had that time in our life, we feel like, bro, like the Spirit told me to do this, right? That's God, like, sending that message like, hey, because you got God in you, don't never forget that. Like, you got God in you, so he connecting with you and he said, hey, I need you to go do this thing, right? So like it says the Spirit sent them into the wilderness. Now, we gotta think about the wilderness as a dry place, but think about the wilderness also as turbulence that is designed to test you. I want you to think about the wilderness like that, not just a dry place all the time, but think about the wilderness as a place where you'll be tested the most. Why? Because you have to go without something. Like the wilderness, it's gonna take something from you, right? That's when you are at your weakest point. That's why it's the wilderness, because all the things that you need aren't always there, and sometimes you're missing key components that help you function at a high level. Man, I don't think they're with me, bro. I don't think they're with me right now. Watch me here. So, like, listen, Christ in the wilderness, but God sent them there. Now, because we already understand that God is all-knowing, so he already knows what's about to happen. Right? He already knows what's about to happen. Like, but he like, hey, boy, go in there. Go and don't eat nothing, don't drink nothing, because all I need you to depend on is me. Yeah. First thing, the first thing that comes to us is, hey, I know you've been fasting, turn these rocks into bread, right? Because the first thing, like, here's what I learned about, like, when we are walking in spirit, right? The flesh wants the first taste of what it is familiar with, or the thing it desires the most. Man, you about to see, like, what this got to do with compounding our way to freedom? Because watch this, your freedom will always be easy to take from you if you consistently give into what the flesh needs. Like, I don't care how hard you fight for the freedom, right? You can fight for the freedom, and then what happens is the freedom gives you the ability to have more of what you want, because freedom actually means what? More time. So a person that does not have discipline and the person that's not aligned with the Spirit, you got more time to do what? Be devoured. Freedom makes it easier for you to be devoured. So watch this, because when you don't have freedom, you're always preoccupied by the necessary. What do you mean, Trap? Well, if I don't have freedom, then I'm always preoccupied what? Working. If I don't have freedom, I'm always preoccupied by what? How do I get the bills paid? If I don't have freedom, I'm always preoccupied by the necessary, and we cannot negotiate the necessary. But when you get a taste of freedom, it actually means that we get a little bit more time. So freedom without discipline leads us to destruction. So how do we compound our way to freedom? Well, first we got to compound the discipline by first getting a hold of this. And getting a hold of this means we got to be able to, like, make good decisions when we are weary. We got to make good decisions when we weary. We got to make good decisions when we exhausted. We got to make good decisions when we want relief. We got to be able to make good decisions when we want relief. Right, so when we hungry and listen, go in the wilderness, 40 days, 40 nights, don't eat nothing, don't drink nothing. Hey, I need relief. I need relief because I'm hungry. But even more than I'm hungry, I'm thirsty. Because, watch this, human biology and science says that you can go longer, watch me here, you can go longer without eating than you can without drinking. This is facts. right? You can go longer without eating. Like you can go like 60 days or something without eating if you got water. But if you don't have no water, everything compresses because your body is made up of 70% water. So once I start using the water up, everything else get exposed. Once I start using the water up, everything gets exposed. Now, let me say this to you right quick. Like, Trap, like, well, I feel like you preaching to me right now. I don't know. Right? But this is on my mind. So like if you go to Psalms 42, like verse 1, it says, depending on what you read, it says that like the psalmist, which is believed to be David in this, he says that I thirst for you, God, like a deer thirst for a flowing stream of water. Flowing stream. Like he didn't say I thirst for you like a deer thirsts for a pond. And he didn't say I thirst for you like a deer thirsts for water, but he put significance on this frame, flowing stream. So flowing stream means living water. Flowing stream means actively moving water. Right? So think about the deer. I got you. Just hear me. Like, think about the deer for a second. This analogy is so amazing. Think about the deer for a second. There's two ways we could look at the deer. One, the deer could just be needing water for essential survival, or the deer could be needing running water because it was running from something. This is a deer. So because it's a deer, it's 90% of its life is in prey mode. It's in run mode. It's in survival mode. So when you're in survival mode, you don't need food, you need water. You need water. So how can we compound our way to freedom? Trap, we got to stay full of living water so that we can make better decisions in the wilderness. I get it. You want me to talk about money, and I'm here to talk about money, but I need you to understand that it's God and money. God first, because we can't serve two masters. God is the source. Money is the resource. Freedom is a byproduct of how we use the resource that the source gave us. Let me say it again. Slow it down. Like freedom is the byproduct of the resource that the source gave us, because the source never told us be broke. The source told us be fruitful and multiply, and all fruits have seeds, and all fruits are essentially birthed with water. So how do we compound our way to freedom, Trap? So you think it's about making more money. I think it's about us making better decisions. But not just better decisions in the wilderness when we are at our weakest, when we are exhausted, when we want to give up, but most importantly, when we are tested the most. Because if we break it down, we make most of our bad decisions when we what? Want relief. Compound your freedom, family. Compound it. How much of it can we buy back? First, how good am I at making decisions under duress? Because I'm going to be honest with you, like, it's easy to make good decisions when everything going good. You want to, I could do that, right? But it's when things get bad. It's in the fourth quarter when everything is on the line and the free throw now means a championship or failure, and we see more people miss those free throws. This is why we highlight comebacks. This is why we highlight Joe Montana, Super Bowl, throw the ball on the run in the corner. He catches it. The guy catches it. The tight end catches it. It's called the catch. Why? Because everything was on the line. Under duress, what do? It's why we champion Ray Allen, Miami Heat, in the corner, three-pointer, everything on the line, shot get missed, Chris Bosh get the rebound, kick it out to Ray, Ray catches, Ray shoots, dagger. You know why? Everything on the line. We love it when everything on the line, only a chosen few people have showed the ability to show up and rise to the occasion. But we've seen so many people make bad decisions under duress. Seattle Seahawks, everything on the line. Instead of giving the ball to Marshawn Lynch, you drive back, you throw the ball, interception. USC, all on the line, 4th and 1, Pete Carroll. Instead of giving the ball to Reggie Bush, he gives the ball to Lindell White. Stop. And time again in life, we see people making those decisions. But let me show you something. How many times has everything been on the line and you say, damn, if I had that opportunity, I'd do it different? How do we make good decisions under duress? Because our freedom is the most important decision we will make after we give it to God. We need a coach. We need a coach. We need a coach that gives us the playbook, that gives us the rules, that shows us how to play the game. Trap, I want to talk about money. Listen, you can't build your money if you can't make good decisions, and we got a book that shows us how to navigate with money, how to steward money. How do we compound our way to freedom? I get it, Trap. Why you always got to mix finances with? Because they go together. Because if you read the word, there's 2,372 verses about money. For some reason, we skip them 2,372 verses and focus on everything else. Again, I like the book because it's based on principle. And I have a saying, when a old truth collides with a new reality, like we gotta pick the one that serves us at the highest level. Our biggest problem is we like to stand on the old truth, not the new reality. But the new reality will often expose our weaknesses. The new reality will also expose the flaws. I had a quote one time that I read that said, tradition is nothing but peer pressure from people who dead. Of course, I remixed it a little bit. You know, I had to put my trap touch on it. I had to put the trap touch on it, but tradition is nothing but peer pressure from people who dead. It don't mean they got it right. It don't mean they got it wrong. It mean they did what was necessary in that time. But we all know we living in a new world. Some of the same rules exist, so how do we adjust the rule book just a little bit more? So tonight, I just want to talk about how do we compound our way to freedom. It's all about making better decisions. It's all about looking at decisions that we made. We look at them in the face and we say, this is what I did right. This is what I did wrong. This is how I get better. But how do I navigate the wilderness? What do I do when I get exhausted? What do I do when the business that I went all in on goes wrong? What do I do when the thing that I went all in on goes wrong? Do I give up on the thing? Do I look at my decisions? What do I do? Because that's the duress. And I'll give you an example. Me, I don't like to talk about theory. I like to talk about practicality. Trap, you do not know a darn thing about commercial real estate. This is 2024. All in my mind, I says is 60,000 square foot, 50,000 square foot. I want it. Nah, this was my wilderness. I was the most vulnerable here. But also at the same time, I want to build a world-class organization because I'm gonna just keep it 100. I'm gonna just keep it a buck. I got tired of going and pay everybody for information, and then I couldn't serve my people at a high level. So I said, one, we got to learn how to run a world-class organization because I'm tired of going pay people in world-class organizations because everybody who I know can't go pay $150,000 to build a business. Everybody I know can't go spend $200,000 to build a business. Everybody I know can't go spend $250,000 to build a business because that's what world-class organizations gonna charge us to learn from them. They're gonna charge us $130,000 in a day. And guess what? Everybody can't pay that. They're gonna charge us $250,000 for a year, and everybody can't pay that. They're gonna charge us $500,000 to show us how their systems work, show us how their teams work, give us access to their stuff, and everybody can't pay that. But does that mean everybody shouldn't run a world-class organization? No, but some of us have been equipped with the necessary, watch this, resources. So cool, I wanna run a world-class organization. So I'm gonna invest every dime I got, not to just go hear somebody. I'm gonna spend every dime I got to go sit at the table with somebody that has run a world-class organization, and I'm gonna bring somebody with my team with me, and I'm gonna add the right team members along the way because I'm gonna learn how to hire, I'm gonna learn how to fire, I'm gonna learn how to build, I'm gonna learn about marketing, I'm gonna learn about branding, I'm gonna learn about finances, I'm gonna learn about systems, I'm gonna learn about HR, I'm gonna learn about everything I need to learn about to build a world-class organization, and then I become the necessary branch that doesn't have to charge $250,000, that doesn't have to charge $180,000 for one day. So, Trap, what do? We buy the building, not knowing nothing about real estate. And we said, we'll figure it out. Because I have this unique gene in me that doesn't crack under pressure, I just get better. And I deal with the pressure, I deal with the pain. And yes, I get exhausted. And yes, I get tired. And yes, I go through every emotion. But after I go through the emotion, after I pray, after I fast, after I get the instructions, I show up because I know I'm compounding my freedom so that I can lay a path for somebody else. Number two, your freedom ain't for you, it's for somebody else. Your freedom ain't for you. Your biggest problem is you think your freedom is for you. Wrong. It ain't for you. Your freedom is to show somebody else what's possible. Your freedom is so you can get the acquired taste, so you can tell them what it tastes like. Your freedom is designed for you to be able to paint the Basquiat so they can see, oh, that's nice. I want that. Your freedom is designed to be a mascot for mastery. So the minute you get the building, what happens, Trap? You got these big ideas. You want to do these big things. What happens? You get the adversity. What's the first adversity? People start talking. And we know we don't like when people start talking because we want to address everything that people saying. But watch this. That's the equivalent to, hey, turn that rock into bread. That's the equivalent to, hey, turn the rock into bread. Hey, you turn this rock into bread. Hey, I got you. So you got to navigate that. All right, okay, you kind of handled that with grace. You ain't handled it perfect, but you ain't handled it how like Trap would have handled it. So you getting better. So I gotta try it a different way. That may not get. I gotta try it a different way. All right, so. We're gonna spend $300,000 on a roof, and then like the roof gonna go bad. Yeah, that's gonna get him for sure. That's gonna make him blow up for sure. And we're gonna add a little bit more on that. Hey, 1.5 million lost in the market. Let me see you handle that. Let me see you handle 1.5 million lost in the market and the roof going down. I know for sure I got him with that. I know for sure I got him with that. He can't navigate that. He too emotional. He can't. He navigated that good, but he not gonna navigate this. And you go through all the feelings, you go through all the emotions. And it takes 8 months to get it right. What happens when the 40 days turn into 8 months? What do you do then? What do you do when the 40 days turn into 8 months? What do you do? Do you tap out? Do you keep going? Or do you go back to the living water and quench the thirst? So you navigate that, and then you go through something with your daughter, because he said, hey, listen, if that didn't get him, this damn sure gonna get him. This damn sure gonna get him. And I'm gonna admit to y'all, I was this close to it getting. This close, real close. Here's what we gotta realize though, like, we never get put through nothing that's not designed to make us better. But you got two parts to your brain. You got the part of your brain that says, I'll get through this because it's designed to make me better. Or you got the part of your brain that says, every time I get here, everything goes wrong. And it's on you to decide which one is right. It's on you to decide which road is right. The road that says that, yo, this is designed for me to get better, and I'm gonna get better. I'm cool with that. I just gotta grow through it. I'm okay with getting pruned in this season. Or you got the version of you that says, every time I get progress, something always goes wrong. And whatever version you pick is absolutely right. So you just keep compounding your way to freedom. You realize what it is. I got it. You navigate that space. You navigate them. But at some point, you get to say, flee from me, devil. At some point, you build up the vocabulary to say, flee from me. At some point, like, you start realizing that this is strategical. And at some point, you start to realize, hey, I'm not even going to give him that much credit. I'm saying that it was designed for me to go through the wilderness, because watch this. It wasn't until he went through the wilderness that he was able to walk into his purpose like he was supposed to. It wasn't until he went through the wilderness that he would start healing the blind. He had to go through the wilderness so he could start turning water into wine. He had to go through the wilderness so he start relieving the dead. He had to go through the wilderness. He had to go through the wilderness before he could even get on the cross. It's the wilderness. But the decisions is how you compound our way to freedom, family. But the freedom wasn't just for him. It was for everybody that saw him. And so tonight, man, I want you to understand everything that we go through is what we're supposed to grow through so we can compound our way to freedom. It's your boy, the Wall Street Trapper, episode 205, man. Let's go. Let's go. Man, my dog Jose not even here, bro. God, man, bro. My dog not even here. Hold on, y'all. Let me stop for a second. Let me stop for a second. Let me stop for a second. I gotta do this, y'all. Let me just do this right quick. I gotta do this right quick because he not here. And like, I feel like this was like, bro, what's up?
Man,
You
I'm at the chat.
heard that just now?
Yeah, boy, that boy said 40 days. What if 40 days turned to 8 months?
Woo!
40 turned to 8?
What happened when the 40 turned to 8, bro?
Oh, I said, oh yeah, nah, he going crazy.
All right, you in the chat. You in the chat, dog?
Yeah, I've been here.
Man, what you doing with what kind of collar it is? You got a designer shirt on with it? Who picked that shit out, Ashley? Who picked that shit out, Ashley?
So the whole fit, it's a matching.
I can feel. When you match right, that means Ashley picked it out.
Oh yeah, no. My whole dog, I wear Amazon black tees.
I'm gonna holler at you.
You see me outside of that?
All right, all right, let me flush you right quick. Jose just got a virtual flush.
Live from.
All right, bro, I'm gonna holler at you, dog.
All
All right, let's go. All right, man, how my people feel? Man, I feel good, man. We got a good show. Hold on, let me do this right quick. Wait a minute, dog. All right, let me put this in. Let me put this in. All right, that go out. That go out. There we go. There we go. There we go. All right, man. So we got a good show this week. We got a lot of stuff to talk about that we're gonna break down. I want to say something though, man. First and foremost, I want to say something, man. I took a trip with my daughter. I took my little cousin, Ken, and I took Elise, which is my cousin who quit her job 5 years ago. She quit her job. I remember calling her saying, cuz, like, man, I don't know what the hell I'm doing, but I just know that I need you in my corner, and I want to help you get off the plantation. I don't know how we gonna get there. I don't know what we gonna do, but we gonna figure it out. And she was just like, bet. Well, wait, I'm lying. Before she said bet, she was still working, and my little cousin, which is her daughter, was putting peer pressure on her. My little cousin was like, "Mom, you need to go be with Trap." Like, and so I would go on tour, we would do different things, and like, she would still be on a job, and I'd be like, "Cuz, I just did this, I'm about to go do that." And I would say stuff like, "If you wasn't on that plantation, fam," like, cause she wasn't happy. It was different when you work for somewhere and you happy, and you work somewhere and you not happy. Like, she wasn't happy. Like, her face was breaking out. She was, you call somebody, they just stressed all the time. Like, you call, they be like, you're like, "What you doing?" Every time you ask what they're doing, they gotta take a deep breath. Like, "Man, what you doing?" That's different, right? Like, I don't think everybody's supposed to be an entrepreneur, but I definitely don't think that people need to work at places where they not happy at. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, every time I call you, what is wrong with you? So my little cousin would be like, "Man, you need to go work with Cousin Free. Or you need to go work with Free. You need to go work with, you call me, you need to go work with Leon." And so she was like, "Man, I don't know what you did with my daughter, but all she know is, go work with Free, go work with Free." So I was like, "Man, you got people plantation. At least you can be happy over here." You know what I'm saying? Like, you working with family, at least you be happy. And so, man, she's just been rocking with me that long, man. I think I was still sleeping on my great aunt's sofa when she quit her job to come work with me. So I just love her so much, man. I just love her so much. And, I decided to, when I went on a trip, like, man, look, because my other little cousin who was supposed to come, so I take my daughter on a trip every year. I take her on a back-to-school trip. And I had just went to St. Thomas, and I was like, "Yo, this is beautiful out here." And so I decided to take my daughter, and I was gonna take my other little cousin, but she just got in college. So she was like, "Cuz, I'm moving in my room that day." And I was like, "Dang, cuz, like," and I wanted to say you're gonna miss out on a trip, but I realized, like, she 18 now, my daughter 10, like, they not the same no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, there was this, like, she grew up watching my daughter for me, but she 18 now, my daughter 10. They have nothing in common no more. Like, they have zero things in common at this age. So I was like, you know what? She done outgrew this thing. So I asked my little cousin, I asked Elise, could her daughter come? And of course, she was like, "Of course." But, like, how the hell she gonna get there? I was like, "Well, you come do that." You know what I'm saying? Because she can't fly from Delaware to St. Thomas at 12 by herself. I mean, she probably could, but I ain't doing that. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. Like, we're not doing that. Because you gotta go to Philly, and we're not doing that. So she came, and man, I'm not gonna lie, man. I think to me, I think a lot of people, and everybody have their own idea what wealth is and what they call it, yada, yada, yada. I have no problem with that. I'm not here to tell you that's wrong or right. What I am to tell you is, for me, my version is spending time with people I love and care about. Like, that means, like, everything to me. Like, exposing my people to stuff, like, that means everything to me. Like, I remember, and I'm going in a little rant right here, but it's about wealth, it's about compounding freedom, that's the name. I remember, I'm about to put Cuz on highlight right now. I remember when Cuz first came, I remember I got my first Rolex. I still have this picture in my phone. I like exposing my people to stuff because, like, here's what we try to do as people who are So everybody in the chat, shout out to everybody in the chat, right? What we try to do is, once we learn something, we try to teach the people who closest to us the thing that we learning. Watch this though. When we haven't mastered the thing that we learning yet, enough for it to give us the fruits. Because what does the word say? You judge a tree by what? Fruit, right? It don't say you judge the tree by the branches. You don't judge the tree by the leaves. You don't judge the tree by the stalk. You judge it by the fruit. So, I get it. We be excited about investing. We be excited about trading. We be excited about starting our businesses. And we be trying to teach the people, and they be like, bruh, you still live like me. So it don't have the same effect. Right? It don't have the same power to it. And even though you're right, they should be investing. They should be learning how to get in real estate. They should be trying to put the family business together and all that. But we know our people, they got what? Financial trauma. They got, watch this, I'm going to say this, they got disabled belief systems. Right? Their belief system ain't built up yet. You don't want it. So you can't show them, you can't make them believe it until you at least drunk from the cup. Bro, they're not going to believe it until you at least drunk from the cup. So I remember I got the Rolex. Listen, this is my first Rolex, y'all. Right? It's the rose gold presidential day date with the chocolate face factory diamonds. Factory, 72,000, right? First of all, when I got that, I thought I made it. Hey, we made it. Dun, 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 dun. Before that, I was wearing a Movado, right? Hood nigga dream, Movado. So I go by cuz, I got the roller. He like, oh, what that is on your wrist, cuz? I said, you know, something. Right? I still had the Chrysler 300. Like, I ain't even evolved yet. I got the Chrysler 300. The watch cost more than the car I got at the time. You hear me? You hear me? The watch cost more than the car, bro. The watch cost more than the car I had at the time, right? So look, cussing, man, let me see that thing. So I see, all right, yeah, cuz, I want to put it on. Look, I got the picture in my phone. Next week, I'm going to show that picture. Next week, I'm going to get Jose to show that picture. Look at cuz dude. He put the watch on and get in my car, and he take a picture like this. Like, he take the picture like this with a car. Like, so look. I'm like, you like that? Cause she's like, well, that thing heavy, cuz that thing look good. I said, hey, you get in that market, you can get you one. You get in that market, you can get you one. So he like, all right, yeah. And so like, those are some of my proudest moments, like exposing my family to things. Now, we may be like, bro, that's a Rolex, but like, we don't know nobody in our family that had a Rolex. I don't know nobody in my family that had a Rolex at the time, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, we had some fossils in the family. We had some Seikos in the family, all right? Some Seikos, some fossils, some quartz, you know what I'm saying? Little Invicta, you know what I'm saying? We had little Invicta. We ain't had no Rolexes in the family, you know what I'm saying? So I got the rose gold limited edition thing. Like, what's up, cuz? So, like, yeah, this thing nice. And so he believed. And so, like, bringing my little cousin into St. Thomas. And I'm not saying they ain't traveled, right? But, like, just taking them to St. Thomas. And just, like, whatever y'all want, bro, y'all can have. And just watching them just, man, my little cousin got on a slide with my daughter and her daughter. But that, to me, I was like, damn, like, I like that. So I was basking in that. And so I just want to say, like, for me, money is the byproduct. Like, I don't have to show people, oh, I'm an 8-figure entrepreneur or 9-figure, I made $3 million. I could care less about, nobody cares, bro. Right? You know, you, for me, it's about how does my freedom, that's what I'm about to say here, how does my freedom inspire other people that freedom is possible for them? Right? How do I show people in my family first that freedom is possible for them. The number one way to show them is by exposure. Right? I remember at one time, every Christmas I think we did 3 Christmases in a row, right? I rented a huge mansion in Orlando, Florida. Anywhere between 14 to 17 rooms. Bowling alley, tennis court, water slides. And I would take them there 5 days. One day, we would just focus on financial literacy and business. Private chef, everybody had their own room. I'm talking about, my family I still have family members at the time where it's like 2-3 people in the bed. Right? I still have family members at the time where, like, it's a house and there's, a certain amount of people in the house and there's still like 3 people in the room, 2 people in the bed. You know what I'm saying? So from their lens, this is only possible on a rap video or on TV. And so me bringing them there saying, no, you got your own room. Your room has a bathroom. I know everybody on Instagram rich, but people in my family, when they, like, what? Watch this. I can go to the ice box and it's full? You mean the food in the ice box is unlimited? Stop. Watch this. I don't gotta count the cost. I'm paying for flight, and I'm not saying this to shine on my family. I'm saying I was paying, how much you need to get everybody tickets? How much you need? Bet. Me and my Aunt TV got a thing. First class, up in the sky. Guess what? TD, I got y'all tickets, first class. Since y'all the elders, first class, I got y'all. I want y'all here. And they would celebrate their vow renewal in the mansion. What y'all want to do? We doing a red party. We doing an all-white party. Say less. But the idea of freedom, that's why I say your freedom is not for you. Your freedom is one for you to realize, for you to get a taste of it, but for you to tell the other people and give them exposure to what's possible. To show them what's possible. I don't want to be the person that go around my family like, he think he too good for us. Nope, all of us can come. So that's my rant on freedom. All right. Let me see. When you got a money for the bike when you have money, I can't read it. I can't read it. All right, let's shout out some of our people right quick, man. All right, we got Ruthie Solomon. Look, my auntie just texted me. Look, she be watching every Tuesday. So, team. Look, she said, first class this Christmas. Look, she said, first class this Christmas. Look, wherever you all go at, it is what it is. Y'all want to go back? Put it in the group chat. We going back. All right. Let's go, man. Sean Pay, what's good? Thavion, what's good? Stay Sue Trader, what's good? E. Will, what's good? KB, Mississippi, Trapper, what's good? Jamelia Jackson, 1881, what's good? Love Endure, 239, what's good? Pascal, what's good, family? Black MacGyver, what's good? I like that. I missed it. Horace Mo, what's good? Stella 076, what's good? Charlotte Jones, Miss J, what's good? Gutter CEO, what's poppin'? Gutter, I see you, family. Tamar Buchanan, what's good? First Year Millionaire, what's good? Alex Cyan Trapper, what's good? Professor Pat, what's good? Kenzie Tarantino, what's good? Leon Barnes, what's good? Tamar Buchanan, what's good? Nola Kidd, what's good? Tony Gold, what's good? Carlos Rossi, what's good? Anthony Higgins, what's good? Anthony Sneed, what's good? Sean Carter, thank you for the super chat, family. Did I say that right? Sean Crawford, my bad. Sean Crawford, thank you for the super chat, family. Never want to not tell my super chat people what's good. Jeff Batty, what's good? Ernso23, what's good? Carolina Blue, I reposted you today, brother. Lance Dozier, what's good? Millie Hustle, what's good? Shelly Booker, what's good? Denise Michelle was good. Jermaine Cobbins was good. Max Sense, the new 100 was good. Paul Bricks, what's that in the family? Tori Smith Simmons, you know we love you. Shazam, my guy, been looking for you, brother. Let's see. The Vote, Belina was good. Let's see, Life of Supernova 82 was good. Chucky Before the Trap. Chucky B from the Trap was good. I see you, family. All-Star Sports was good. Blue Fire was good. Ashley, that's my girl. I can't see where you with at. Ashley No Love was good. Chuck D was good, family. Will Mack, I see you. Jarvis, 1985 was good. C. Dot was good, man. Shameless on Wall Street was good. Nate was good, fam. Nate is my guy, man. All right, man. Let me get to the trap, man. Anna Sparks was good. I feel like I'm missing some people, man. I feel like Yoshi was good, family. Lady Black was good. Will Mack, I see you. My Children 100, I see you. Joel Blake, I see you. Chopper Fellas, I see you. Beasley Bay, I see you. SB Glow, what's good, family? I see my trappers in the building. Louis Music was good. All right, let's get to the show, man. Hosea, 023, what's good, fam? Davion, I don't know if I said it, I was good. Cheesy Bread, what's good? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Boogie Down, what's good? All right, let's get to the show, man. I'm going to highlight some of y'all more. I'm going to highlight y'all. Rachel Oliver, I see you. I missed one. Broke No More, I see you. I got you. All right. Let's get to it, man. We got a dope show ahead of us tonight, man. Let's get the show, man. Y'all know we try to get 3,000 people in here. From 3,000 is the baseline. Man, send as many people as you can to the show, man. Y'all know, I want to get us to 5,000 people, y'all. I want to get us to 5,000 people in the trap, man. That's my goal, man. Doug Perry, what's happening, family? I want to get the show to 5,000 people. I wonder what we got to do, man. I'm about to fire Jose. I got to fire Jose, man. Jose ain't helping me get us to 5,000 people, man. Jose, we got to get to 5,000 people, man. We need to get 5,000 people on the show every week. Let me get back to, I want to say this too, man. So me and Pastor Darius Daniels is really, really good. I advise everybody who is in a relationship, dating, divorce, whatever. He's on a series right now called Relationshipology. Man, I want to say that series is hitting us like crack in the 80s right now. Like, man, I don't know what that brother prayed on his birthday. What you call it? Sabbatical? Man. Listen, I'm gonna be real with you. Like, 2024, I was telling a friend of mine this today. I was like, man, 2024, I felt like was my best year to date, not money-wise, but I chased God in 2024 like David. Like, I was chasing him. Like, at this time, I wasn't going to change yet. I was just stuck on Potter's house. So I was going to the Potter's house like twice a month. That's where I met Miss April at, right? I would sit next to Miss April. She became like my custodian. Like, you coming to town? Come right here, right? We was first seat, you know what I'm saying? And like, I was chasing God like David, right? Like, I was just in it. Like, people saw it on me. They was like, hey, it's on you right now, Trav. I remember taking my cousin, my cousin, Jose, Brandon. Again, I was telling a friend of mine, like, we sat at a table with Bishop Jakes because he was like, Trap, I want you to come. And he would call me Leon. He was like, Leon, I want you to come eat with me. I was like, all right, bet. And we sit at the table, it's me, think about this table, it's me, John Hope Bryant, the Kansas City Fed, meaning the people who print money for America. There's different offices. The president of the Kansas City Fed, we at the table. He's the only white man. Like, he takes a picture with me, he talking to me, he's like, yeah, I like what you're doing. I'm not gonna tell you what else happened, but it was good. On one side of the table is all preachers. On the other side of the table is all criminals. And I say that lightly, not in a way like we still criminal, but like the only people that weren't criminals on that side of the table was probably George and like my dog Greedy. But it was me, I did 10 years for attempt murder and robbery. My partner Travis did 14 years for manslaughter. My other homie he did 15 years for manslaughter. My partner Nash, he had just did 25 years for attempt murder, right? I think Marcus had came. And we had one more person, Jose and Brandon. Right? So we was all on one side of the table. So on one side of the table, you got everybody with a record. On the other side of the table, you got all pastors. John Hope Bryant and the Fed. It was so phenomenal, bro. And I was grateful because Bishop, I was like, Bishop, I don't want to leave my partners. You know what I'm saying? He was like, no. Bring them. He's like, they are an extension of you. And because I love you, I love them. And that's why I love that man so much. Because not too many people would have been like, I don't know them niggas. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, no, bring them. And so that was just phenomenal, man. And I'm saying all that to say, this series that Pastor Darius is doing on relationshipology, but I'm gonna be real with you. I don't even care. I tell you, I love the Bible because it's based on principle and practicality. I think a lot of times people get in and they be like, oh, this ain't true, this ain't true, this ain't true, that ain't true. That's cool. And I always like to use this analogy, right? When it comes to anything of history, two people can see something happen. How many different stories we gonna get from it? If we got 10 people that's watching some person do these things, will there not be different variations of it? In 1 year, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, 100 years. So we're gonna change a little bit, right? But I like it because it's built in principle. So I don't care if you're in a relationship. I don't care if you're single. I don't care if you're dating. Bro, I don't even care if you don't even believe in the Bible. I just want you to go listen to it so you can listen to the practicality in which the way this man teaching this relationshipology. Bro, I promise you, it is going to make you look at your partner, yourself, like, and it's not one sermon, it's a few of them. Now he done realized, he like, yo, I was gonna end it next week, but I realized that just to finish this part of it, it's gonna take me 2 more weeks. So he was like, you know what? We gonna finish when we finish. And that tells me like the Spirit done stepped into them. So he's doing it on a Sunday, then he go deep on a Wednesday. Then he teach another message on Sunday about it, and he go deep on a Wednesday. It's called Relationshipology. Go look for Pastor Darius. And listen to me, he not telling me to do this. I'm not getting paid to do this. I'm just saying those 3 that I listened to, the first sermon, I would listen to it, Wednesday sermon, the Bible study to it, then the Sunday message, I can't wait till this Wednesday to go listen to this one. It's whipping the brakes off of me. I'm talking about is whipping me like my grandmother did when she found out I was talking back to the teacher in the 3rd grade. Like, I know I done raised you better than this in front of the class. It's whipping me, brother. I'm looking at this like, bro, where did this man get this from? That man said something in that sermon that said, I'm not even gonna do it. I'm not worried about it. Just know he's saying some stuff in that he told the people before the thing started. He said, listen, this series is PG-18, meaning it's still friendly for you to have, but we're gonna put the children in a tent over here and serve them in another way because I gotta get y'all mind right. Because y'all doing the dating thing, y'all ain't doing it right. And this week he broke down soul ties. And the way he broke that down, I'm in St. Thomas like, bro, what is going on here? I'm in St. I done listened to that 3 times. I'm like, bro, I'm in St. Thomas. Why is you talking to me like this? Bro, it's just amazing. So I think everybody needs to listen to that sermon. And it's not to make you look at your partner different, because he got another one this week talk about compatibility. And I'm like, bro, how you keep switching like this? So I just want everybody to think about that. He talked about friendship first. He talking about not just relationships. Not just like spousal relationships. It's about like your friendships with people. It's called relationshipology. So he's talking about like how Christ was friends with people. He talking about how you supposed to steward certain relationships, how you reposition certain relationships, like how you look at patterns that people have in relationships. Like, because some of us, and I'll be real with you, like, I had toxic loyalty. My loyalty coming from the street was based on, I know we're gonna get to the stocks, y'all. Y'all know how I get sometimes. But I think this is pivotal because like I had toxic loyalty. Like I remember a phase in my life, and this is just so recently, like I'm now breaking out of this where I felt like if you ain't been through the trenches with me, like I don't wanna be your friend. Cause I couldn't trust you. Like I only trusted people who I either done like got shot at with, shot for, been in prison with. Like my close friend circle is people I was in the street with. People man, who your friends in the trap? Yep, he went to, look what I just said. I was on the other side of the pastors with attempt murder, armed robbery, carjacking, kidnapping, murder. This is my friend group. This is my friend group. Right? And the crazy part about it is, all of us will ride for each other because we know what all of us done did before. Right? Cause, I'm not gonna put our business out there. I always gotta catch him because he'll tell it sometime. But I be like, bro, ain't no statute of limitation, bro, chill out. So like, my cousin, like, I love him so much. We'll get into it, we'll bump heads, but I know for a fact, his loyalty to me, he done put his life on the line many times. Like, I'm like, bro, if something happened to you while we doing this, I might as well like jump in the grave with you because your mom ain't gonna let me live. I don't care, cuz we doing them. I need that bread. All right, let's go. So his toxic loyalty, right? Toxic loyalty when he know he ain't supposed to be doing what I'm doing. I know he ain't supposed to be doing what I'm doing. He older than me. But guess what? I'm riding with cuz. And he trusted me. And we done put our life on the line at least 3 or 4 times. Toxic loyalty. Toxic loyalty. And so he talks about that, bro. And I just want us to, I think that everybody should look at it because everybody gonna get a different perspective from it. And so let's get to what we gotta go to. I apologize. Let's get to it, y'all. All right, here we go, man. Huh? Yeah, I got it right here, cuz. Yep. All right, y'all, my bad. I went on a little rant right quick. That's the C4, cuz. All right, let's get it. I am a certified Wall Street trapper. I'm confident in my bit. Miss Janice, did you put the one finger up? That's the church finger. Miss Janice put the church finger up. Hey, you know how people stand up and do like this? She was like this. You know? Hey, you know that people be in church, they be like, God, leave Miss Janice. I love Miss Janice. All right, let's go. I am a certified Wall Street trapper. I'm confident in my ability to make great investments. The stock market is a machine that prints money, and I'm more than capable of operating this machine. Not only will I free myself, but my family will eat for a lifetime based on the information I apply today. I'm a money maker and a wealth builder. Today, I break all the chains that anchor me to that poverty mindset. My ancestors will smile now because I've turned that last name into an asset. My family's purchasing power will increase indefinitely. Today, I make the declaration that no longer will I be a slave to money. No longer will the generations behind me inherit lack. No longer will I submit to selling my time for money. I am a first-generation millionaire. I am the architect of my family's legacy. I am a certified Wall Street trapper, and Wall Street looks like us now. Let's go, man. Let's do our chart. Let's get on some chart talk right quick, y'all. 2,600 people in the chat, man. Let's get it, y'all. Let's get it to 3,000. Let's rock out, let's rock out, let's rock out. Shelly Booker, what's good, queen? Miss Lovely Rowe, I see you, love. I see y'all, I see y'all, I see y'all. E. Will was popping. All right, how y'all feeling in the chat, man? How y'all feeling in the chat? All right, let's get it. All right, let's look on something. I'm gonna do something different tonight. I want y'all to put in the chat we got our in-person mentorship tomorrow, huh? 4 day, 2 full days. Let me tell y'all something. I am exhausted, y'all. I don't be drinking the C4s like that, but I needed it tonight, y'all. When I say I'm exhausted, y'all, listen to me. So me and we had to go from, our flight got canceled. There's only 2 flights that leave out of St. Thomas to come back. So our flight got canceled Saturday. Because the flight got canceled, we couldn't catch the 8 o'clock flight. So that there was no Sunday flight because they was booked because they didn't tell us at 8 o'clock that. So the flight from Atlanta to St. Thomas, they had a mechanical error. So you know just waiting on that flight to come. So that was a 4-hour layover. So by the time it got to here, it was 7 o'clock when it got to St. Thomas. When that flight got here, there was another mechanical error. And they had to go to San Juan and get the tool to fix it. So now we sit in the airport 6 hours now. They're like, hey, y'all, we gonna just, we gotta rebook y'all. Now the people mad. I'm not really mad because, listen, God do everything for a reason. So if I don't wanna get on a flight that got a mechanical error. Go get the tool, bro. Go get it. I ain't tripping. Go get the tool, cuz I ain't tripping. But because they gotta get the tool and all the flights are booked, we gotta go another day. So now that done like pushed me out. Now I'm not complaining because my daughter get another day in paradise, right? So if y'all look at me, I don't know how the camera made me look. I'm 3 shades darker. I'm your color now, big dog. So then, now it stockpiled me because now we caught the early flight. We caught the flight Tuesday, and at St. Thomas, you got to go to the airport 2 hours early. If you don't go to the airport 2 hours early, like they're not letting you on the flight. Like in America, you get there an hour early, you good. Like 90 minutes or more. If you don't get there 90 minutes or more, we're not checking you in. What do you mean I'm not checking you in? That's impossible. Like, no, we're not checking you in. So we get there 90 minutes early. It's a 45-minute ride from my resort to there. We got there, the flight had a little delay. So then I had to fly from there to Atlanta, which is 4 hours, had an hour layover, and then go from Atlanta to New Orleans. So mind you, I'm up from 9 o'clock. By the time I get to New Orleans, bring my daughter home, like I'm tired. I had to get back up this morning to catch another early flight. That got delayed again. I said, God, what you trying to tell me? And the response I got was, you trying to force it. Delay is not denial. Delay is downloading. Download, trap. I was like, all right. But even in my exhaustion, I was still making decisions, why is this, from an optimal level, which made me more tired. Because I had to make decisions, not like, man, I don't care. Like, imagine sitting on a financial call exhausted. What? Imagine talking to business meetings, 3 of them today, exhausted. No such thing as, hey, just rebook that call. No. They're necessary. So I'm like, all right, God, like, what you trying to tell me? So I did something today that's like crazy. Y'all don't judge me, and if you do, I don't care. I went home and took a lavender Epsom salt bath. I got home. My house was hot. For some reason, my air conditioning in the crib, when I'm not there for a couple of days, it goes down. I got to figure out how to fix that. So, bro, I had to just get in the crib and like, anyway, let's get to it. Tell me what chart y'all want us to look at. We're going to look at 2 charts. Y'all get to pick them, y'all. Let's get a few charts. Y'all get to pick them. Whatever 2 charts y'all want, we pick them. Whatever 2 y'all look at, I'll pick them. We'll go through it. I'm going to do that for y'all. Whatever 2 ones y'all look at, I'm going to pick them, and we'll go through it. That's just for y'all. What y'all want? I'm going to let y'all pick, though. Y'all got to flood the chat. Whatever one I see y'all flood them, I'm going to go with it. Flood the chat. Flood the chat. Whichever one we get the most in the chat, I'm going to go with it. Flood the chat. All right, I see gold, I see drum, I see NVIDIA, Google, Monster, NVIDIA, QQQ, NVIDIA, AVGO, gold. All right, so the 2 things we're going to go through right now, I'm seeing NVIDIA and gold. NVIDIA and gold, that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing NVIDIA and gold, that's who won. Drum will be 3rd place. So I'm saying NVIDIA and gold, that's what we're going to go through. All right, we're going to go NVIDIA, we're going to go gold. We'll go NVIDIA and we go. That's who killing it. And I didn't pick it, but that's who killing it in the chat, so that's what we're going to do. NVIDIA and gold, NVIDIA and gold, NVIDIA and gold, NVIDIA and gold, NVIDIA and gold. That's all I see in the chat. Well, that's not all I see, but that's who's dominating right now. NVIDIA and gold. So that's what we're going to work on. All right, and to my Patreon people, my Trappers Anonymous people, thank y'all for, I see Drum. Thank y'all for just allowing me. You know, I was lagging, I was time. So thank y'all. We still did it in. So thank y'all for that. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Like these last 6, 7 weeks haven't been my best 6, 7 weeks. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna keep it 100% with y'all. We'll see that it hasn't been my best 6, 7 weeks. I'm in a little drought right now. I'm gonna keep it real. I'm in a little drought right now. That's because all of my setups is like they setting up and then they breaking down. And then I don't want to go chase. So, yeah. Let's get it. All right. Ben, you can see me? It's taking a little minute to, come up. Unable to go there. Let me do it again. Because I want to do that. NVIDIA drum. I'm seeing some AVGO. All right, there we go. Let's go. I got it. So let's go with NVIDIA first. All right, let's go with NVIDIA first. I'm going to take everything off the screen. Now, let's get some people in the chat. Let's get it. All right, so here we go. Let's start here on a weekly, right? Let's open it up. Boom. Shout out to the in-person tomorrow. That's going to be sweet. All right, so let's start off with this. Let's just go look at some mountaintops right quick. All right, we'll go here. This is all-time high. Let's mark that off. All right, and we're going to just keep it easier so everybody can understand what's going on. We'll come here, boom. We'll mark this. We'll do this here. We'll type inside of it. All right. All right. Let's go one more. All right. Let's mark this again. Let's come here. Come on, just work out with me. We're going to work out together. We're going to change the color on that. Go yellow. All right. And we'll come here. All right, so now we marked our high, we're marking our lows, all right? Now let's tap in a little bit more because we're on a weekly. We'll mark this out. Rock out with me. Just rock out with me. We'll change this to this color. All right, that's our previous week high. Previous week low. All right, now we got an idea. So now we done build some structure around the chart. We done build some structure around the chart, right? We done build some structure around the chart. So now let's go to our daily and see what it look like. All right, let's shrink it up a little bit. All right. So we see we got our all-time high. We see our previous week high, previous week low, and then I'm not gonna mark it all because I don't want to crowd it up right now. So here's what we see. Here's something we can build off on. So we got our previous week high. Let me do this again so we can get it. We got our previous week high here. Previous all-time high here. We got our all-time high here sitting at 236. Previous week high sitting right here at 224. Previous week low sitting here at about 197, which was good. And then we have our low here, which is a double bottom, which is bullish. So we see we hit the double bottom here. You can see it at 184. Let's open it up. We see we got the double bottom here. This is what matters. So we want everything inside of here. So let me mark this off just to show y'all. Like everything inside of here is what matters, right? That's what we're looking at. Everything inside of there is what matters. So that's what we're looking at. Let's take that off. All right, so the next thing I'm gonna do is we're gonna get a read on it. Let's get a read on it from swing low to swing high. Right now, currently, we are above on the fib. We are above the 382, which tells us it's bullish, right? And then we have the 20 SMA crossing the 50 SMA, which is short-term bullish. So I like that. Crossed over last week. We noticed the gap right here. Let's look at this. Right? We got the gap right here. That's important for us to pay attention to. Look, get a gap fill reversal. We're going to pay attention to that. That's good. Right? So here's what I like with NVIDIA. Currently at 217. It's still on top of the 382. So here's something that I would look for. Now we got to mark this out because this is going to be important for us. Watch this because the daily gave us something that the weekly didn't give us. That's a little bit more action. We're going to change that to white so we can see it. Now, this is a previous all-time high, but it's on the daily. So we got to make sure we see that. We're going to put that in there. So notice what we did here. Watch this. This is the previous all-time high on the daily. How do we know, Trap? Because we swing here and get this high here. We come creep this low here. Then we go all-time high here. So we're going to pay attention to that. So here's what's going on. All right, so we from all-time high, we come down, we get this double bottom. Let's mark it out. From all-time high, which is here, we create an internal high, which is here, which is a lower high. And then we come down, we come here, internal low. That bounces off the Fibonacci right here on the half mark. Bounce up, gives us a what? Lower high, gives us another what? Lower high. Comes down, creates this, gives us an internal, another what? Lower high. Come down, what do we create here? Equal lows. Right here, equal lows. What do we get at 190? We get that. Then we come all the way up, create this internal high. But what we did was we broke this and we broke that. We broke those two lower highs, which is good, which means short-term sellers have now stepped in, gained momentum. We on top of the 382 the fib, which is important. We on top of the moving average stack, the SMA 20, SMA 50, 200. I like it. What I would like to look for now is three things. One, does it come here and give us a gap fill reversal? Come in, fill those orders up, pop back. Maybe break previous week's high. We need to break that. 224, that'll be essential. Or do we come down here? Let me get a price on this. 208. Do we come down to 208? Let me mark it. Do we come down to 208, bounce on the 382, and come back up? So that's kind of what I would look for. What I would do is I would come down. If I can get this, I would set a strike somewhere about 224, 225. Why? Because that's the next spot of what? Resistance. I would look for that. So if I did something anywhere in here, I will go here. Now, the thing about this is you got two things to stop you out. Your first stop out, if you wanted to stop out, will be at 208, or you could be bold enough and say, Trap, if it comes down to the moving average stack, I'm willing to let it go down to 206, or I'm willing to let it come down to 207, but if it breaks 206, 207, I'm going to get out of it. Why? Because my next resistance points for me would be right here at the halfway mark. Why? That's the legitimate bounce. That's a retracement. Come here, come back up. How do we know that? Because it did it here. Well, let's look at it from here. Or we use it from here all the way up, because this is where the move come from. It did it once, bounce, came back, did it again, bounce, came back. So this right there would actually be a resistance. Would be support for me. So again, I would look for that 224 would be a strike price. I'm looking for it to fill this gap, come back up, find resistance, or does it come down to the 382, come to 382, bounce back up? Why? Because that's a perfect pullback, still in upward momentum, still above my 20, still above my 50. Does it bounce on my moving average stack? That would be my stop loss. Or if I'm bold enough, I let it come down here, but that's 200. So to go from 217 to 200, you gotta have some thick skin, because that's a hell of a freaking pullback, right? That pullback now puts you under pressure. Now, everybody ain't built for that type of pullback, and I'm not mad at you. Everybody built different. Everybody has a different set of callous skin, but I wouldn't be mad at you. All right, Trav, if it comes back down to 200, I'm willing to say, after it breaks that, I'm willing to get out. That's cool. So I would give you 3 things. Anything under that invalidates the trade 100%. Everybody good with that? Everybody good with that? So again, once you come to 206, 208, that's good, but 200 would be the perfect retracement, because now you came back to the 50%. I mean, you gave 50% from the all-time high. Boom. Anything under that invalidates the trade all the way down. I wouldn't go bold enough to say, all right, Trevor, it breaks down to 196, because now what you keep doing, now you moving your stop every time. That's not what you're supposed to do. What do we think? They say, dang, Trap, you're like, man, why SMAs and not EMAs? I think either or works for you. EMAs, you're going to hug it close to the stock price. SMAs give me a little lagging. Either one works. It just depends on what type of trader you are. If you want to hug that stock price a little more, go with that EMA. If you're willing to have it with a little wiggle room, it moves a little bit less. Essentially, you still want the same thing to happen. You want to use the EMAs and the SMAs as an idea of how that price is moving. You can use those as dynamic support or dynamic resistance. So how do we feel about that? How do we feel about that? We like that? Everybody good with that? Everybody good with that? I use the daily and the weekly, but some people can use the 6 hour, the 2 hour. Just find whatever you like to use. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, cool. Another one, let's take that off. Everybody cool with that? We got what we need on that, right? All right, cool. All right, let's go to our GLD. Let's go to gold, because everybody like gold. All right, let's go look at gold. So let me take this off the screen. Take all that off the screen. Let's go here. We'll move it up. Boom, boom, boom. All right, so we see what's happening right here. Let's do the first thing I see when I come here is you can come, I will come about right here with that trend line. Right about here with it. Yep, that'll give me 2 touches. So I like that. Not mad at it. Even if you came up a little bit more, not mad at what you see there. Did just break that trend line. I'm not mad at that at all. Just when I'm looking at it like that, just broke it at this point here. Not mad at that. So now some people may say, Trap, that's bullish. I'm not mad at it. We do see this right here happen. We got to honor this. It found support there at 362 a few times. I would say it's still under my 200. It's still under my 50 and my 20. But we do have to agree that it has made some significant moves over the last maybe 2 weeks. I put in the Patreon today that the market is 100%. Gold is doing now what we wanted it to do maybe 6 weeks ago, and that was as war escalates, people gravitate to gold because it becomes a safe thing. Why? Because interest rates start going up, the dollar starts moving around, gold becomes a protection. Well, what happened was people just flooded into memory, people flooded into technology, and they sold off on gold hard. But now that people are really saying, hey, this thing has been going on now for 6 months, people are really understanding, like the 10-year yield is at 4.7, like credit is going up, interest rate is going up. The one thing I will say that really helped the market was we losing 23,000 jobs. I was trying to explain this in the Patreon the other day, and here's why that makes sense, and it's kind of a backwards idea. But if the market had gained 23,000 jobs or whatever, look at the gain, that would have showed a strong market. That strong market would have actually helped the Fed want to cut rates. Want to have a rate hike. But because you lost 23 jobs, right, that actually is the marketplace doing the work for the Fed, right? The reason is because it's saying, hey, people are not working as much, which means the economy is cooling off, right? And if the economy is cooling off, we don't have to hike rates, right? So it's kind of as backwards, and like some of y'all may remember me talking about that a while back. As backwards as it seems, it's actually helpful for the economy. Well, that just shows you how terrible of a financial system that we have, where people got to lose jobs for the Fed not to hike rates, right? That just shows you how backwards of an economy that we have. So if we're looking at this a little bit further, I like that, but there's never one thing that I want to look at. Now, here's what I would say if I'm looking at it. This would be essential right here. Notice how it's right on that previous all-time high. Let's mark that out here, right? So breaking that, if we open it up a little bit more, we saw it hit that resistance line and close. Now, that's not a coincidence, right? So we just want to be mindful of that. My next line we'll look at would be here, and then you have a low, right? From this high, you create this low, right? So notice, again, not a coincidence. What happens here? We bounce up, we gap up here, and then we hit this previous all-time high. It used that as support. Sellers pushed it down, and then it came right into that resistance. Well, why does those two make sense? Well, here's your high right here. Here's your resistance right here. Why? Because you ran up, you had some things. You ran up, created this, fell back down. That becomes support. What did it do? Line right up inside of that. But now we got to pay attention to this. You have a gap fill right there. Not saying all gaps get filled, but you definitely want to pay attention to that gap fill. Also, you want to look at the fact that you do have that resistance on the top right here at this 200-day moving average at 411. So I would look for that. I would look for, if I'm looking at gold, it is above the 50, it is above the 20, but it's under the 200, but you do have your 20 curving up is what I like. You want to see that 50 curl up a little bit more is what I like. I would look for the gap fill. Or does it use this as support? Or does it use a gap fill? Also, your trend line becomes a form of support, but this will be resistance. So you want to see a break, retest here, come back up, fall into that resistance. Why? Because that's your 200-day. That will be what's called dynamic resistance. You fall into that. You want to see it bounce, or you want to see it jump on top of that, and then you fall this. So you got 411, 419 as resistance. You also have the gap fill at 395.65. Not saying you can't take that trade. I'm not mad at the trade because of what's going on. Taking the gold trade is playing to the theme of what's going on right now, saying that, hey, this war is intensifying. I think they had a story today that said Donald Trump had to hide inside of a food cargo carrier to get on Air Force One because he was scared of the threats. I don't know how that is. The media is crazy. But remember, we have a CPI report tomorrow that is 100% powerful. And no matter what your trade look like, no matter what your setup look like, that CPI report don't come in the right way, setups fail. So just be mindful of that, what's going on. How do we feel about the gold play? How do we feel about the NVIDIA breakdown? Do we like it? Do we love it? Would you rather me do that more going on? Let me know, let me know, let me know, let me know, let me know. Let me know. 100% bullish, not mad at it. But I see you, babe. Nate said I did get in the gold trade before I got out, before the little pullback. I don't think it's going to run up like it did last year. There's other tickers more powerful, 100%. Prudent Mom says yes. Dion says yes. Pascal, SPY puts for tomorrow. I ain't mad at you, Pascal. We going up. All right, y'all, let's go. Y'all like the charting with Trap? I like it. My goal is to serve y'all at a high level. Let's get to it. All right, next thing on the chart, man, we're going to show y'all some money because we know that people won't see the money. Davion, that's good stuff, Trap. Thank y'all. Love it. Consumer staples next week, Trap. Whatever y'all put in there. Short bed, short. Whatever y'all put in there. What up with UPS? I got to look at it. And I'm always go with the major vote. So whoever the major vote is, when Jose come back, we'll put some polls in, and then we'll go from there, y'all. All right, let's get into it, man. Let's see what we got, man. So I ain't gonna lie, man. My portfolio of trades haven't looked like this in a long time, man. I'm talking about a long time, like a long time. like a long time. Like I ain't just had a Red Sea in a long time, man. That's just how choppy the market is. The thing I did to it, I am 100% I'm bold enough every week to get on here and show how it look, how it don't look when I'm losing that. I think I sold a Google Play today that was down. So yeah, man. So here's what we look like right now. AbbVie, it was promising, and then Lilly sold off, so it sold off. CRYX sold off. Dell. What I did do was, I told y'all I used was called progressive exposure. Progressive exposure says when I'm trading my best, I go to biggest. When I'm trading my worst, I trade my smallest. I break down, I go to quarter brick position because I'm like, bro, like, again, the setups are there, but they only hold them for like 2 days, 2.5 days. And I'm not a day trader, so like I'm not in and out. I try to hold my trades for like a couple weeks, couple months. Like they up for 2-3 days, but they don't get enough for me to take profit. They probably up like 10%, 12%, and then they bottom out. I'm like, God damn. So definitely, just, are you still beating the market? Yep, I'm gonna show y'all that too. Now the thing about this is because I've downsized my trading, it's not taking chunks out of my profitability, right? And that's the one good lesson I hope that people learn from me. Like, I'm okay with the trades. Like, I like my trades. I see my setups. I just downsize them a lot. I go from whole brick. We've been out of whole brick positions. We've been out of half brick positions. Now I'm in like quarter brick, 8-ball positions. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. So Dell, I got in that play last week, down small. Drum, FNT, and that one was doing really good because CrowdStrike was up really, but that's the thing, like, they've been running, and then, like, they just break down on them. I'm like, God, dang. So it really been consolidating, getting really, really tight. Now, Google had a C-suite change-up, and they just bottomed out. The market did not like that, so they just bottomed out. So Goldman Sachs, we got in the HPE play today that it says IPE, but it's supposed to be HPE. I kind of went too far trying to cover it up, but it's HPE. The Eli Lilly trade was up big, and then it just it fell out of the freaking solar system. So let's go a little further. Then we got Morgan Stanley. Again, my financials was doing good, fell down. Microsoft was running really good. It's been flirting and fluttering, fell out. I didn't go really big on my memory because, I've been in these plays for a little minute. Even my travel play, TRV play, a lot of these plays, what I will say about them is a lot of these plays aren't having big swings. They are really, really, really tight, meaning the price action on them is really, really tight. It's not explosive to the upside, not explosive to the downside. It's really, 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 really tight. They really, really tight, which in my optimism, I like that. I like that they're now starting to trade tight and started having these wild swings. Like, think about it. Micron has been trading between the 850, 900 range. Like, it'll break the 900 and then it'll break back down. STX will break, the 840, 860, then it'll break back down. Microsoft will break that 505, 508, and then it'll break back down. So, like, and a lot of them are breaking the 20 and the 50 in one day and then reclaiming the 20, then breaking back down. That just shows how choppy the market is. One thing I just try to tell my people, and what I try to tell everybody is, like, don't look at what other people doing and make you psychologically think you don't know what the hell you doing, right? It's just a choppy market. And what you'll have to realize is that there'll be markets where day traders go crazy. There will be markets where swing traders go crazy. There'll be markets where, position traders go crazy. There'll be markets where scalpers go crazy. There'll be markets where, like, you can't look at what somebody doing and be like, damn, man, I'm good. Because one, see everybody full. Somebody may take 15 trades in a day or 12 trades in a day, and they'll just show you the one trade that's killing it, right? They're not going to show you the 6 other trades that didn't go right. And for each his own. I'm just bold enough to show us this. Again, I haven't had a week or two like this in a while. Like, where it's just like everything I get in starts to break down. I haven't had that in a long time. I'm talking about it's been a long time since I had it like this. But again, man, I never ran from it. I'm okay with showing y'all. Like, I'm a big dog. Like, and I put my big boy briefs on, every box of briefs on every day. So It's part of the game. You know, we ran up a couple $1 million in a 2-3 month time frame, and I'm bold enough to say it probably took it done got about a million from me. I'll be honest, because I was big in the SNDK, big in the memory play. So when it first punched me, it like hit me 300, 200, 100, 400. And once I start sizing down, so still probably up like 1 point something on the year. So I start sizing down. Once I see my trade start breaking down, I don't want to be all the way out the market because I still believe there's momentum there, and we'll talk about that later. I think that sometimes we also got to realize that even when new leaders are breaking out, they start to consolidate, and you want to see what's breaking out first, what's breaking out last. Somebody say, bro, you ain't lying. All of my swings outside of Palantir have been breaking down or breaking even, for sure. Chop suey, I still eat, but I don't want the same meal every day, 100%. So yeah, man, like, you know me, man, I'm 100%, I'm honest, I'm transparent. I'm gonna show y'all what your boy doing. Yep, software's up right now, 100%. So again, we was in CrowdStrike, we took profit on CrowdStrike. That was one of our profitable trades. Maybe a couple weeks ago, we took profit on that. Sat on the sideline from it, and then spiked up. So one of the things that you really want to pay attention to in markets like this is, one, who's breaking out, who's holding structure, who's holding the SMAs or the EMAs. If you're an EMA person, or you use a 21 and an 8 EMA, or that what you're using, 21 in the 8 EMA or 21 in the 9 EMA, depending on where you at. Is it holding those as dynamic support? Those will be strong. Like today, we got in the HP play. I'm gonna show y'all an idea. Show y'all something that's, I'm gonna just show y'all an example. I don't wanna just talk to y'all through it. I wanna show it to y'all. Can we get my screen right quick? I wanna just show them something before I go any further. And I'll give y'all an idea. And we got our 2-day mentorship tomorrow. Gee, okay. Okay. All right, so I want to show y'all something on this HP play. I think that HPE and Dell are leaders right now. I think data centers are leaders, and I'll show you why I think that. Trap, should we stick with the master play? So I think we got out of that play, if I'm not mistaken. But anybody, if you in a play does a stock split, the market automatically makes the adjustment for you. So you don't have to go do nothing. You don't have to do nothing. That HPE was IHS. No, it said HPE. I'd say that I got it off. But, all right, so I'll show y'all something, right? Can they see my screen, Ben? They can? I wonder what's going on. Let me try it again for y'all. Oh, was it IHS? Okay. I see you, dollar bill. All right, you got it now, right? All right, cool. Let me show y'all something with this HP. And I was gonna show this to my like, we're gonna go over some new lessons tomorrow in my mentorship. I really want them to lock in on, so. Let me just do it like this. All right, let me show y'all something. This would be critical for y'all to look at. So notice something on this HPE. It's on the screen. Let y'all see it. This is going to be helpful for y'all. Because one of my goals is to help y'all just see the chart different, help y'all with the chart different. Because I think people often social media does so much to people in so many different ways. And I always say that anybody can tell you about a chart when they don't got no money in it, right? You feel what I'm saying, bro? Like, I could get on here and look like a mathematical genius on a chart if I ain't got no money tied in. But when you got that money tied in, your emotion be a little bit different. So you got to stick to certain things. So here's what I want y'all to understand. Like, look at this HP play. So looking at this play, you see something. And I'm going to help y'all identify something. This will be really good for y'all. So notice the play, like, it falls. And then this becomes a resistance. So here's how your resistance looks. and then it turns into support, huh? Bro, what is happening? I don't know what's happening. I don't want to laugh. Jalen say, bro, I've been liquidity since I started. I don't want to laugh. I didn't mean to laugh at that, bro. Jalen, I apologize. All right, so let me start over for y'all. All right, so I want y'all to notice something right here. All right. And so once your eyes start seeing this, it'll be easier for you to navigate the game. All right, yep. Once your eyes start seeing it, once your eyes start seeing certain stuff like this can help you see the game. So, Trap, why did you mark that out? So don't look at everything. I want you to look at this right here. I want you to look at this area right here. So notice, this was the first time, second time, third time, fourth time, fifth time. That became resistance. That was an area that the market couldn't get past, right? But then notice, once it got past it, what did it do? It used it as support. 1, 2, 3, right? So that shows us that we got on top. Well, how do we know it's leading right now, Trap? Because think, as the market started breaking down, once it reclaimed its moving average stack, which is here, once it reclaimed it, it didn't let it go, right? So it got on top of that support, right? It got on top of that support, and then it used that support and turned it into resistance, right? And the reason why we know that that was strong is because, watch this. I'm going to show y'all something right here. Every time, I'm going to use this box to give y'all an idea. Every time it got to that area of $50, every single time, buyers stepped in. Watch what I write down right here. Buyers stepped in. How do we know? That's what that wick tells us. That wick tells us that buyers stepped in. That's called rejection or absorption. So every time sellers pushed it down to that line, buyers say, nah, dog, we gonna eat all of that. That's what those wicks gonna represent for you. So notice here was essential. I just watched it. I watched it reclaim the moving average stack. So once it reclaimed the moving average stack, I'm like, ooh, that's good. Why is that good? Because right now the market is so choppy, companies are losing the moving average stack. Bro, my screen gone? Oh, I'm still up there. All right, good. Right, companies are losing the moving average stack. So for me, a lot of times once they lose the moving average stack, you're like, all right, bro, do I get out the trade? Do I see if they reclaim the trade? Do I see if they reclaim the moving average stack? So that's what you kind of want to see. Well, it reclaimed the moving average stack, and then once it claimed it, it now used that support as what? Resistance. So that was one thing. The next thing that happened was this right here. So this is why I entered the trade, and I'll let y'all know. Again, everybody gonna have different rules on why they enter trades or exit trades. So some people may see something else. That's cool. I respect it. I'm gonna stick with the model that helped me make a few million. And here's what I'm gonna do. Like, I'm not gonna change my model, but I keep learning, I keep evolving, I keep getting better. You should always get better at price action. You should always get better at market structure, understanding it really, really well, really understand how the candles are talking to each other and looking for key things. So let me open this up a lot so you can actually see what I did today. And all right, so as you can see here, there's a gap right here, right? So here's the gap. Everybody sees the gap. Let's write that down, right? GAP. There's a gap there. Now, we all know that a gap means that there's orders inside of there that didn't get filled, right? So notice you had the gap up here. From here to here is the gap up. And then notice what happened today. So mind you, we already know where what? We already know where red candles start. Red candles open here at the top. So that means this candle opened here, and then it pushed up. And then it came back down. So here's what happened. It pushed down. Notice it came all the way down, right? Well, what did it do? It came in here and got these orders. Well, how do we know it got those orders, Trap? Well, because, again, here is our gap fill, right? Am I making sense to everybody? Am I making sense to everybody? Right? So it came in, got those orders, and then, watch this. Because it got those orders, it took everybody out. Right? So it pushed it all the way down. Now that looked like a nasty gap fill to some people. Right? That looked like a nasty gap fill to some people. So it came in, got those orders. Once it got those orders, I made a conscious decision. I said, hey, I like this. I like this trap. Why do I like that? Well, one, it's above my moving average stack. Two, it went in, got a gap fill reversal, and changed around. So we got in probably, I want to say I got in it probably at, I want to say $51 at the end of the day, something like that. It's kind of at 54 right now. I can't remember off the top of my head. But we got into like $51, whatever it closed at. So let me see, it closed at 54. I think we might have got in at 52, 50, something like that, y'all. I don't want to lie to y'all. But then, so got it on a gap fill reversal, but I do understand something, and I'm going to show y'all this right here. Somewhere up in here, I'm going to meet resistance. It's either going to be at the close of this candle or the top of this candle. So somewhere in here, I'm going to meet resistance. Why? Because this tells me there's a rejection there, right? And so now this is how this looks. Watch what I'm about to show you. You have this oval that looks like this. Now, because I see this, here's the next thing I'm looking for. I'm going to say this. I'm probably being anticipatory, right? I'm probably being anticipatory, but I'm going to say this. This could be a cup and handle forming in a minor way. How do I say that? Because we got the cup. We got the cup. I just want to see if the handle comes. Now, it doesn't have to come because it can break that and then go, but the handle will go like this. It could be early. The handle can go like this. It could come in, and then it can drop down. That's the handle, and then we go. So the handle can come up. It can break, use this as support, or come back, use that as support, and then break back out. That's your cup and handle. Boom, boom, boom. That could happen. I'm being anticipatory. I'm not saying that's going to happen. What I am saying is that is the sauce part of the cup forming. If a cup and handle is going to happen. Doesn't mean it's going to happen at all, at all, at all. I got in based on a gap fill reversal. I like that. That is one of the things I love to get in, especially above the moving average stack. I like it. No trades are 100%, but I do see a cup forming. Now the handle will have to form. And that's really early because that handle can take a week. That handle could take 2 weeks. Like that handle could take a while to build out, then come back down and go back out. So I just hope that helps somebody out just now, y'all. Just wanted to get, again, man, I'm transparent. Y'all know I don't hide nothing from y'all. They're going to talk whether you make money, lose money. It don't matter. So I'm here for it. Let's get to it. All right, okay, so let's get back to our screen. So we have SNDK, STX, and TRV right now. Again, man, I'm having a little rough time right now. I don't think I had this many trades not go right or break down since Donald Trump did us that in 2025. It's been that long since I had this many trades just like breaking down on me. You know what I'm saying? So, my God, Thavion in the building. That's one of his favorite plays. He loves a good cup and handle. But yeah, so I don't think I had this many trades break down on me like this since Donald Trump flushed us out in 2025. There's a season, man. So we navigate through it, man. I ain't scared of it. You know, I'm here with it. For my Patreon, y'all know we're going to still rock out. I'm going to still rock out with y'all. I'm probably sitting on about 600,000 cash. So the goal is to navigate that 600,000 cash. My goal has always been not to add no new money to this account. Started with 400,000, got it past 4 million. So let's go a little further, man. I can't hear it. And cut. So, man, come join the Patreon, man. Y'all know it's still love. Here is our buy and hold. So here's our buy and hold. We are up 26% year to date. Remember, at our peak, we was up 40%. So there we go, man. Costco, EME, Fix, ITA, MU. I think I might add SpaceX to this, man. I think I may add SpaceX to this. But yeah, man, that's it, man. So we still up on the year. Let's go. This is another portfolio. My goal is to grow this one too. So let's go, man. The kid rest. Thank you for the super chat, family. I will say something too. I was talking. 3,000 people in the chat, man. My bad, y'all. Thank y'all for 3,000 people in the chat. I need y'all. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all for helping us get there. But I y'all, there is no us, man. Let me say something too, man. I want to say two things right here. First thing is first. I had a price target on SpaceX of 115. If it is at 200, I say, y'all, like, I'm not touching this until two or three things happen. 1, 6 months. The reason why, it needed to get some earnings reports. And I remember the initial earnings report was supposed to be in September. They moved it to August. That was one. And I said, we need to at least get an earnings report so we can see what's going on with this company. The second one, I said, just price target valuation based, like 115 or lower. And then the third one was like, I'll really double down on it under 100. But once it got to 115, I was like, I'm gonna wait a little bit. I won't get the earnings call, at least not before that. Earnings call came, it had dropped to 108. Now, I'm gonna be real with you. I was like, hey, 108 is a steal. I felt like 108 was a good buying price. So I bought my daughter 300 shares. I bought myself 300 shares. Spent about 30 grand on SpaceX. We got in at 108. He was like, man, Trap, you told us not to get it into about 100. I'll be like, bro, I can't please y'all for nothing in the world, right? And people hear what they want to hear. You know what I'm saying? But here's the difference, though. I'm going to be honest with you. There's not a big difference between 108 and 100. It's not that big of a difference. But I literally said on a post, I said, 108 was a good starter price for me. It's under my 115 price that I called out. Now, my people know, I say, hey, under 115, I ain't mad at it. That's when it was 170, 180. I say under 115, I'm not mad at it. Like, not mad at it at all. And then I said, this is a starter position, meaning, you know what? I think this is a cool price for me to start the position. If it goes under 100, I'm willing to buy more. My ultimate goal is to have 1,000 shares within the first year of the IPO. That was my goal. That's my goal. Now, I'll be real with you. I'm not going to touch it right now because my buy-in price was 108. So if it goes crazy, I'm okay with just like, all right, I touched it at 108. I think at some point the market will correct or something and we'll get another opportunity. But I'm okay with having it at 108 and now it's at 130. I'm all right with that, but I still think it has a possibility to break back down. And the reason why is because this stock is really expensive from a valuation perspective. And here's the valuation perspective. A company like NVIDIA made, I don't know, at a $5 trillion company, I want to say it made 60 million, 70 million, 80 million last quarter. And we'll see again at the end of the month. This is a $5 trillion company. This company made $7 billion and it's worth 1 trillion. That ain't enough bread. That ain't enough bread. So that means it's still expensive. I'm gonna give you another example. A company like Costco made 31 billion, and it's worth like 850 billion. So 850 billion, it made 31 billion in one quarter. This company is worth 1 trillion, and it made 7 billion in one quarter. The valuation tells you it's expensive. So for me, the 108 was like, all right, this is a good starter position, but also I'm looking at this 3-5 years. So that's kind of the idea that I want us to have about this company. All right, so let's go a little further, man. Y'all late, I already commented on that. All right, so the S&P 500 isn't just above its 200-day, it's flexing. Still more than 70% of the companies in the S&P above the 200-day moving average, which remains one of the more bullish parts of the rally. It does have legs. Now, let me break this down for you. The 200-day moving average represents the stock price that the company has been in over the last 200 days. Anytime a company hits the 200-day moving average, that is looked at as institutional support. So a lot of times, you know, and I always say this, if you're a buy and hold investor or a trader, like if a stock that's really good, meaning it's good companies, good fundamentals, good company, good fundamentals, good products, increase in revenue, increase in earnings per share, if that stock hits a 200-day moving average, I'm going to be real with you, I'm going to go leap on that. If I can catch it and see it, I'm going to go leap option on this. And the reason why I'm going to go leap option on that is because that 200-day moving average becomes an institutional support. Meaning, if you go look back at a lot of companies that are really good companies, that are solid companies, that are companies that are moving the market forward, they don't stay under that 200-day moving average long. Maybe a week, never a month. Or very seldom will it be a month. So that's why if a great company that's solid, that's strong, falls under that 200-day moving average, I'm going leap out the gate. Leap me out. I'm going 10 months, I'm going 1 year, and it's not going to be a huge position, but I'm going to believe in that because I may get underwater for a week, maybe 2 weeks, depending on the market, but I'm willing to take that chance because in most cases, you'll see if a stock hits that 200-day moving average, within a week or two, institutions step up. NVIDIA did it, like a lot of great companies have done it. And so that 200-day moving average, even if you're doing buy and hold, if you're doing buy and hold in a company, I don't care what the valuation is, if it hits the 200-day moving average, I'm adding shares to it. Because that is a surefire buy point. But it has to be a certain type of company. Like if you tell me a company that's losing money, you tell me the company has decrease in earnings, the company has decrease in revenue, the company doesn't have pricing power, the company full of debt, I'm going to say I'm going to leave that alone. But if an NVIDIA hits a 200-day moving average, I'm buying it. If a Meta hits a 200-day moving average, I'm buying it. If a Google hits a 200-day moving average, I'm buying it. If a Micron hits a 200-day moving average, I'm buying it. Like, because that's not just a stock thing, that's a market thing, or that's a sector thing, and I'm willing to go 1 year out on that. I don't got to go 300,000. I can go 5 contracts, 2 contracts, but I want that because I'm willing to bet that in a 1 year time frame, we take that back up. So I always want y'all to just say that, y'all. Yeah. And notice I didn't say ETF. Notice I didn't say index fund. I said a stock, a good stock. Meaning, great balance sheet, great income statement, great revenue, earnings are growing. Earnings not only growing, but earnings are increasing. Revenue is growing. Forward guidance is growing. Dividends, if they're paying them, are increasing. They are a leader. They don't have a beat-up balance sheet. So remember, it has to be a quality stock, not just, hey, trap company TXL. You know, the earnings been decreasing. They've been missing earnings. They've been beat. No, I'm not going to leap on that because it can go way under this 200-day moving average because it ain't worth it. We buy quality. So let's go a little further, man. Hope that makes sense to y'all. All right, and so here we go. The S&P 500 large cap index. And here we go. Like a lot of companies are still staying above their 200-day moving average. And I like that. Now, some companies are giving up to 50. Some companies have given up to 20. But for the 200-day, they are staying above it. And that's what I like. A lot of companies have reclaimed that. And that is vital to what we're doing. So just wanted to show you that from a chart perspective, not just a theoretical perspective, but more from a practicality perspective. Somebody said you can definitely go to Steve if you buy that Mag 7 under there, for sure. So let's go a little further, man. All right, so here's something I wanted to give y'all. Y'all know I like to give y'all data, not just to like talk, but to give you data so that you can see it. So I want to show you how earnings season has been going. So this is going to be critical. Watch this. So as of August the 7th, All right, so earnings have grown year over year by 50%, right? 86% of companies that reported earnings have beat. That is good. 76% of the companies in the S&P 500 have beat. Earnings growth has been on an average of 15%. That is, I want you to understand, a 15% growth in earnings is really, really good. So one of the things I'm doing with my company moving forward is I'm like, yo, I want my company to give me like weekly financial statements, but like every quarter, I want to be breaking my company down. Like we are a company going on, I need an income statement, I need a balance sheet, I need a cash flow, but also I want to like, how much have earnings grown? How much has revenue grown? How much has profit grown on a quarter by quarter basis? Why? Because in order to be a great company, you got to do what great companies do. And this is why we spend a lot of time in my company, like, you know, putting great people in financial situations to help me read and break down this. And I be telling my people, like, you ain't gonna talk over my head. Like, I gotta read this crap every day. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I read these to break down companies. So I could probably almost understand 75% of what y'all saying. The other 25%, I'm going to Chat, Claude, and Perplexity. Between them three, they gonna help me break it down. Yeah? They gonna help me break it down. You know what I'm saying? So, aggregated EP surprise. Aggregated EP surprise, what that just means is they not just beat, but they surprise the market. Meaning like the market probably said they're gonna beat it by 20% and they beat it by 25%. That's a surprise. That's what surprise means. Net profit up 16.9%. Now net profit is something you really wanna look at when you're looking at a company. Here's why. Net profit is after they've paid everything off, this is what's left. Net, meaning we done paid all the bills, we done paid the taxes, we done paid the employees. This is the money that's gonna go into what's called free cash, net profit. 16.9 is really good because that's also saying, watch what I'm about to say here, they can take money and like, this is what's saying like, off every dollar, this is how much of the dollar is profit. So that's what you also wanna know. Like how much, if a company makes $1, how much of that $1 is profit? That's essential. So a lot of times, like if a company can do like 10% of a dollar, that's good. But when you start getting like NVIDIA, it's like 31%. So that means like for every $1, they're getting like 31 cents. Like I want you to understand like how profitable that is. All right, let me put that in perspective for you. NVIDIA made $81 billion in net profit in a quarter. Let me say that again. NVIDIA made $81 billion in profit in a quarter. Their net profit was like 32%. Like, think about how much revenue you bringing in, and from that revenue, that's what I mean by net profit. So, that's what I want you to understand. Like, and then forward PE, which is the PE ratio, is really good. This tells us that the market isn't as expensive. At 20 PE, that's expensive, but not too expensive. And so here we go. 88% of the S&P 500 has reported. 440 companies of the S&P 500 has reported. So I hope that helped give y'all a perspective on what the heck was going on. You hear me? I be trying to help y'all understand what's going on in this market. And like, your boy really could take like a small accounting class and pass that joker. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could take a small one. Like, now I can't go into, like, forensic accounting because I'm going to be like, bro, this ain't my thing. I can't go into, like, but I could take, like, a basic accounting class and, like, don't be lost. Because I learned it from reading the market so much. Like, you know how many years now I've been reading, like, financial statements? So, anyway, let's go a little further. All right, let's go. All right, earnings just broke the S&P 500 out of a range. So, for the second quarter in a row, the S&P 500 trades sideways before breaking out during earnings season. Damn, I forgot how to say this bank name. Damn, I forgot how to say this bank name, man. Deutsche Bank. That's how you say it. It's a crazy word. Deutsche Bank argues that investors have been reluctant to price in exceptionally strong earnings growth, forcing the market to play catch up once results arrive. This time, the S&P surged out of a 2-month range while already sitting close to record highs. Are earnings strong enough to keep the market stocks going higher? My idea behind that is simple. My idea behind that is simple, and why I say this because while earnings are breaking out and the market is strong, here's what you do have. You do have outside, exterior, what I want to say here, headlines that are like causing the market not to go. I'm not going to necessarily blame it on seasonality because we got beat up in July. But what I will say is we have midterms and we have a war that is escalating. Right? We had a war where for the longest, we were, we on a deal off. Deal on, 21 days, we good, deal off. Deal on, we in talks, we got a framework, market run, deal off. Now we not talking no more. Now we done went to, they could really do some harm, but they ain't got no money and we gonna bomb. We went to, we bombing them 14 days straight. We gonna blow up their power plants. We gonna blow up their bridges. We talking about war crimes now. So we done got into that environment. And in that environment, it becomes hard. It becomes a thing. So here we go. The range, that's what the range we was in. And then again, the Iran war, when it started, everything dropped down. Season 1, we see at the bottom where we was at. We broke out of that range and we up to the top side. So, which is why now you see some banks now saying, hey, we think, somebody said Brett set the country back 50 years. Man, don't it feel like he been in office for a long time, bro? Bruh, we tired, bro. We tired, bro. We tired, bro. We tired, bro. We tired. We tired. All right, let's go a little further, man.
What's good, Trap? To all the Trap family is Rich. I just had a question on the NVIDIA announcement that they was partnering with all the private equity firms. I wanted to see, I don't know if you might get through this tonight on the show, but I was wondering if you could break down the way you break stuff down, because I watch CNBC and all the channels, but most of the time they don't really break it down like you can break it down. What exactly that means for NVIDIA and the future of the AI trade, because this kind of adds it to that circular finance thing that we've been hearing. I appreciate it. I hope you get to this. All right.
Man, my guy Rich, man. Man, I don't think I seen Rich call in for a long time, man. Shout out to my guy Rich, man. But Rich, I got something for you. I want to show you this. We had this to talk about. I'm going to show you this, and then I'm going to break it down some more. Let's roll this footage right quick.
NVIDIA just teamed up with Wallstreet on a $500 billion plan to finance AI infrastructure. I'm Christina Partsinelis, coming to you from my booth at the NASDAQ. And a lot of AI companies right now want NVIDIA chips, but just can't afford the massive data centers to run them. So NVIDIA brought in 6 of the biggest names in finance, BlackRock, Goldman, Blackstone, and others, to put up the money for the build-out. The firms are going to supply the capital. NVIDIA, though, is taking on some risk, too, backstopping up to 25% of a deal if the chips are worth less than expected years from now. And that actually points to a bigger theme that we talk about on CNBC. Wallstreet is starting to treat computing power like real estate. So think of it like when you get a mortgage, the bank checks your income, but it also checks that the house is worth something, because if you happen to stop paying, hopefully that's not the case, they can sell it. Banks are now saying NVIDIA chips work the exact same way. They hold value, they can be moved to another customer, fungible, so you can lend against them. If that catches on, compute becomes a whole new asset class, something you can borrow against, package up, and trade. And that actually opens the door to a huge new market. The risk, though, is that older GPUs lose value faster than expected. The debt backed by those chips gets a lot riskier. So this is really a bet on two things: the growth of AI and then the value of NVIDIA chips long after they are sold. Would you trust the value of GPUs as much as, let's say, property? Tell us in the comments below.
All right, so here's the way I look at it, Rich. So NVIDIA, like before this deal happens, so you gotta remember they went with the big dogs. So before this comes into place, it kind of looked like, in a way, it was like NVIDIA, the Wall Street looked at it like, we want to build the data centers because we know what's going on, but they are expensive and they're gonna cost hundreds of billions of dollars. And so for investors, that matters because, one, more money can flow into AI infrastructure. So now these companies gonna have to take on these huge, massive, like, remember, all of these companies was getting beat up because of what? AI what? CapEx spend. We spending these money to build these data centers. We spending these money to build these data centers. That was becoming a heavy weight. And so now NVIDIA is saying, you know what? We'll finance it if y'all rock out with us. So this is another version of him saying, we all in on data centers. And so the next thing it means that financing now allows more data centers and AI factories to get built. Well, how does that help NVIDIA? Because NVIDIA sells more GPUs and more networking equipment. That helps them. So they're essentially saying, yo, we're going to fund the economy of data centers, of GPUs. So we won't get paid not just off of our stuff, but we won't get paid off like everything. But we're also betting on the longevity of what this is going to do. So one thing Wall Street likes is they like when you got skin in the game too. So that's why they so emotional all the time. They emotional because their goal is to do what? Perform. Well, when they feel like you're going to drop 500 billion with me, we can rock out. We can rock out. And so now, watch this. Now AI infrastructure doesn't just look like a company. It now becomes a real estate investment for them. It becomes a real estate investment for them. And so now NVIDIA is simply saying, bruh, we know what's going to happen. And that's the thing about this guy, Jensen, right? Like, I'm not going to lie. I actually think he's a better seller and storyteller than Elon Musk. The reason being is because when he sells you on it, he sells you with money. Meaning, Elon doesn't invest in the other companies in his ecosystem. Jensen does. Because he doesn't want to be a monopoly. Because he understands that monopolies get looked at by the SEC, what is called the DOJ. They start trying to break monopolies up. So in his mind, how can I be a monopoly if I'm invested in Dell, if I'm invested in Intel, if I'm invested in all these other companies? I can't be a monopoly if I'm investing in the betterment of them building. This is so brilliant. This is the equivalent of McDonald's saying, you know what, Burger King? Bruh, like, I'm gonna help you build that parking lot out. I see you struggling a little bit. I got you, dog. You know what, Shake Shack? I'm not mad at you. I know you're going through a little bit of something. I'm gonna give you some money to help that technology. You know what, Wendy's? I seen the 4 for $4 ain't really working how you wanted to go. I'm gonna give you a little cash boost. At that point, I'm not a monopoly because I'm helping my ecosystem get bigger, get better. Now you can't say I'm a big dog. I'm helping them. That's what I love about Jensen. Like, he go help everybody, but he understands this. This is what I love about him. He plays the game, he's not even playing chess. He playing like a level of chess that's like, what's the boy name when I was coming up? He was the chess master. Dang, I forgot this dude's name. He was the chess master. I'll think about it later. But like, he playing a level of chess that's like, people just don't get. Like, he trying to tell the world, bruh, like, this is the future. And I know it's the future because I'm creating it. Like, he telling us, like, I'm all in on this. So even when he was like, when people were asking him about your boy, there you go, Bobby Fischer, thank y'all. He playing Bobby Fischer kind of chess. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't never seen a man do nothing like this where he'll get on TV and be like, yeah, they got it wrong. But unlike Alex from Palantir, where he go crazy, he'll be like, yeah, they got it wrong, because we just made 81 billion. So I don't care what Michael Burry's saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care what he's saying. Like, go look at my numbers. And the crazy part about social media is everybody be like, yeah, Michael Burry said this, and they circling money. Well, bro, I just made $81 billion. What are we talking about here? So that's kind of what he's doing. The next thing he's doing is he's looking at how we extend the AI, watch this, investment cycle. So what happens is AI gonna go through these different bottlenecks with these different companies. It's gonna be GPUs, it's gonna be CPUs, and it's gonna keep evolving. But once you get Wall Street behind you, by putting skin in the game, that makes them greedy. And that now extends the cycle for other companies, right? So that extends the cycle. And so from the 500 billion, you know, they get the headline, but the biggest opportunity comes over the next several years where now you start seeing AI build out. Remember, he the one that said, hey, if you put this generator or whatever on the side of your home, we'll pay you this much money. Like, he is all in on this AI build out, bro. And so that's what that mean, Rich. That's what that mean, Rich. That's what that mean. There's a 3D Star Wars. Yeah, so like, bro, like, I think he is single-handedly, like he is, and this is my personal opinion, I think that this man is single-handedly like putting, and I'm gonna say this, if you are bold enough to have that long-term bet on AI, I personally think that, yes, there are so many companies we can make money on, but I think NVIDIA is a single, a double, a triple, a home run, and a grand slam every time you step up to the plate. I think it's the one company, but you gotta be willing to endure because they will go months for just consolidate, and then they just take off, right? I think every time it gets up to the plate, it's a single, a double, a triple, a home run, and a grand slam if you bold enough to make that play with them. Because where they go, they may have companies that outperform them, but where they go, AI goes. 100%. Where they go, AI goes. So if they start failing, AI is gonna get wiped out. As long as they print money like that, I don't care what the market say, they're gonna look back and be like, hey, what Jensen said? All right, cool, we're gonna go with it. All right, we're gonna consolidate because we don't believe him right now. All right, we're gonna go back what Ginseng said. So he is the thermometer. No. He is the thermostat. Oh, that's good. He is the thermostat for the AI growth. And I'm gonna leave it right there. Let's go a little further. Did y'all like that? Did y'all like that just now? Did we do our thing? Did we do our thing with that just now? Come on, go. Give boy some props, man. Give boy some props. Some boy some props on that. All right, so here's the data centers by the state. Like, there's 4,500 active data centers right now. There's 700 plus data centers under construction. Bro, this is insane. This is crazy. So there's 55 in Missouri. There's 4. Bro, Texas, California, and Florida is going crazy. And New York? So there's 142 data centers in New York. Damn, there's 163 data centers in Georgia. There's 665. Y'all better get out of Virginia, man. No. Y'all need to get out of Virginia. because that's a lot of data centers, that's a lot of water, that's a lot of electricity that's showing up in y'all bills. Like, yeah. There's 23 in Louisiana, 410 in Texas, there's 136 in Georgia, there's 7 in Rhode Island. There's Vermont is where we going at. We going to Vermont. I don't know what is in Vermont, but we going to Vermont. There's 3. There's 3 of them in Vermont. That's where we going. We not going to Arkansas. No, sir. No, sir. We not going to Idaho. No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. We not going there. Utah, I don't think we're not going to Utah. DC, 7 of them in DC, but I'm not going to DC. I like Chocolate City though, not mad at DC. I'm not going to Maine, they got 8. Not going to New Hampshire, they got 10. New York is so big, but bro, 142 in New York is insane, bro. 105 in Iowa, come on, bruh. Come on, bruh. North Dakota, 22. Montana, okay, there we go. South Dakota, 5. Not going to South Dakota at all. Hawaii with 9. 9 on an island. That's islands. I'm not going. Guess what? We going to Africa or Europe. They not even doing it over there like that. Okay, bro. There we go. Not mad at that. All right, let's go a little further, man. All right, man, our certified trapper of the week is James Wormley, okay? James Wormley. We like it. How y'all feel? Shazam said, I'm building one. Bro, what kind of money you got? That's big dog stuff right there, man. All right, James Wormley, right, was an American hotel entrepreneur, caterer, and civic leader who founded the renowned Wormley Hotel in Washington, D.C. D.C., stand up. As one of the most successful black business owners on the Reconstruction era, he built an internationally respected hospitality enterprise while also advocating for education and civil rights and the nation's capital. Let's go, man. Roll that beautiful beat.
You need to hear this if you think history is only made by presidents and kings. Sometimes it's shaped by visionaries you've never heard of, like James Wormley. In the shadow of slavery in 1820s, Washington, D.C., James Wormley, a free black man, dared to dream bigger than anyone thought possible. While most doors were slammed shut for black Americans, Wormley flung them wide open. He built and ran the Wormley Hotel, a luxury haven where U.S. presidents and diplomats dined, rested, and made history. Wormley's hotel wasn't just about fine linens and grand chandeliers. It was a beacon, a place where excellence triumphed over prejudice. At a time when black ambition was met with chains and laws, Wormley showed the world what true resilience looked like. His legacy, proof that black brilliance has always helped shape America's story, even when the odds were stacked sky high. Remember this: greatness shines brightest in the darkest times. James Wormley, luxury's pioneer, history's quiet giant.
All right, we like James, man. I think one of the things that I am always, I'm gonna say something, man, and I don't want to get off topic with this. I don't want to make this seem like ridiculous, but I personally feel like we don't show enough, like people like this. Like, think about this, man. Like, entrepreneur, hospitality. I don't think we show enough of this because I think our culture is built on entrepreneurship, right? Endurance and entrepreneurship. And while I truly never would downplay civil rights, while I would never downplay slavery, y'all know that Malcolm X and Fred Hampton are my 2 favorite black men of all time. Next to George Jackson, will follow them, and then probably Reginald White. Reginald Lewis, I'm sorry. I think that we don't give enough credit to the entrepreneurs of our culture that paved the way, which is why I try my best. We be doing a lot of research and homework to find these chapters of the week. And notice how a lot of times we be coming up with people you never heard of. And I think that we need, like, that's something I want to showcase, and I'm just trying to find a way to, like, bring that to light in another level, at a higher level, like, at a more, like, deep level, because I think that, and again, I won't say this, and I don't want to use watered down, I think that we, what's the word I want to say to make this, to really give me what I need right here? I think the people who tell us about our culture has overemphasized slavery while not giving us enough attention to entrepreneurship, right? And now the reason why I say overemphasize is because I'm not saying it wasn't important, I'm not saying it wasn't vital, but what did it also give birth to? And we don't talk about what it gave birth to outside of the pain, all right? So don't clip this somebody like, this nigga tripping, he talk about that. That ain't what I'm saying. Give me context, nah. Like, give me context. Don't just take that part. Give me a little context. Like, let me tell my story. Let me tell my side of the story, right? Because that's what y'all don't like to do, right? Let me just tell my side of the story. I just want to tell my side of the story. Don't tell the whole thing, because now you talk about, he's stupid. He talk about slavery. I did not say that. And now I got to spend 7 weeks trying to talk about what I didn't say, right? So here's what I'm saying. I think they put so much light on slavery and not enough light on the entrepreneurial efforts and impact that was the byproduct of it. Meaning, like, yeah, we hear about Madam C.J. Walker, but what about the other woman who inspired Madam C.J. Walker, who she actually had 600 black women working for her? And I don't want to say she stole the business model, but that was a business model. And I think that, I'm not going to say she stole the business model, because I believe you see somebody doing something and you can peep the loopholes where you could do it better, you're going to do it. Right? McDonald's came in, saw they wasn't doing that, they started doing it. What Burger King did? Hey, that looked like a cool model, right? I think we could do a little bit different. We could come with flame ball burgers. Now, both of them sell burgers, but Burger King said, we're going to go flame ball on them, right? We going to go 100% beef, right? We going to flame, you can taste the flame ball right here. You know, we going to make our patties bigger, right? And that's what they did. You got the Big Mac, we got the double Whopper. What we doing? That's the same burger. This was flame broiled. You know what I'm saying? You go chicken nugget, we go chicken tender. They're just different size chicken. Right? You go McDonald's fries here, we go burger fries here. Then Wendy said, you know what? We not gonna do none of that. We gonna come with the square patty. They all sell hamburgers. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Right? You see somebody doing something, you don't gotta reinvent the wheel, you just say, how do I improve it? But that's what I think. I think that we don't give enough credit to the entrepreneurs that are responsible for somebody say, yep, they give it to us a little burnt. And so that's one of the things we like to highlight on here. We've highlighted, barbers. We've highlighted bankers like Maggie Walker. Like, most of us ain't never knew we had a black woman that had her own bank. What? We don't ever hear about that. What? You talking about one of the queens had a bank? Man, talk about that. I need to hear about that. I need to know what gave her the gall, the unmitigated gall, like that, I know you like it, to think that, I'm about to run a bank. Bruh, you got to think how revolutionary that is. In that time, when we know for a fact banking is a white man's game, I don't care how we want to color it, whatever. So her to say, you know what, I ain't doing it. Like, I'm going to create my own bank. Bro, you know how revolutionary that is? You know how, what? So just in my mind, like, think about O.W. Gurley, think about this, 40 acres of land. This man had 40 acres of land and says, you know what? I'm about to start something. What I'm going to do is I'm going to lease this land to my people, let them build their business on it, and then they pay me gradually. Bro, that's entrepreneurship at its finest. Bro, that's vision. First of all, bro, like 40 acres of land, like, I'm gonna be real with y'all. If I'm gonna get back to what I gotta get to, but I want y'all to understand something. I'm about to say something now. This, I know for a fact, is going to get quoted wrong. But I'm gonna say it anyway, and I'm gonna hope that y'all got enough understanding to understand what I mean. Once I purchased 40 acres of land, I realized why they backtracked on giving us 40 acres in a view. It took for me to buy it to see how much land 40 acres is. Once I purchased it, I said, yeah, I see why they reneged on this deal right here. It made sense to me. If I give every black family 40 acres, bro, you know how powerful that is? But it took for me to, get it and own it and possess it to be like, dang, it's 40 acres, cuz. Yeah, you know how many? Yeah, that's self-sufficiency at its finest. If I give all y'all 40 acres, y'all ain't gonna ever need us. No. If you go read Abraham Lincoln, he said that he believes that there should be a class where one group of people is dependent on another group of people, and 9 times out of 10, he will always choose his group of people. So we gotta stop saying Abraham Lincoln freed the slaves. You gotta stop saying that. He had a reason for why he did what he wanted to do. His goal was to try to lessen the turmoil. Now, I'm not gonna get into all that because that's something different. But I'm gonna say this. When I purchased 40 acres of land, I understood why they said, nope. Somebody said, nah, bruh, man, scratch that. And somebody like, bruh, but we told them. And somebody said, I don't care what we told them, bruh, scratch that. Because at the time, we probably had about, 83 million African Americans, something like that. 40 million, 50 million, I don't know, 100 million African Americans, something like that, or 80 million in America. Now you gotta talk about, this is a time where land we ain't got all these buildings on it like we got now. So 60% of the world, America was raw land. What? You ain't had these buildings and bridges and all that. So you give, hey, you know how much a head start that is? Somebody saw that and was like, hey, man, tell them get it in blood, bro. We not doing that. No, we not doing that. We ain't do all that to turn, like we ain't do all this to turn around and give them that. Nah, scratch that. Scratch that. Whoever think that's cool, strap up. Because that ain't what we doing. All right, let's go left first. My bad. Not bad. Let's go left first. I apologize.
Peace. This is YRU Gerald. And first and foremost, I want to shout out to all of the trappers that was in the build. We was deep and the energy was good. I also bumped into the OG and VCR Rob, and the conversation we had was lit. Now, Trap, personally, I want to thank you for helping me go from down negative 29,000 a couple years ago to up over 6 figures. So, I appreciate that. My question is, when dealing with the youth, I got a younger cousin, he's 15, and he got a couple friends. So they from age 15 to 17. They looking to get in the market. So I made it clear, if you know you're not going to finish school, you need to either A, learn a trade, or B, learn how to trade. So I'm asking you, if you was dealing with young individuals, where would you start, knowing that they're going to be eager to make money today? So long-term investing probably isn't the most attractive to them. Where would you go? Would you do paper trading? What would you do? I need help because I gave them 20 companies and I told them we was going to talk about it today. And then after today, I don't know which way I should go with them. Peace.
Man, hey, I want y'all to do something for me right quick, man. Let's give this king some fire in the chat. Let's give him some fire in the chat. Let's give him some fire in the chat, cause That's crazy. That's insane what he's doing right now. Right? That's insane what he's doing right now. What I would do is I would give them 20 companies, that's cool. But before I taught them how to trade, I would teach them how to break down the company because the quality of the company makes a better trade. That's first. So I would give them 20 companies like you gave them, and then I would gamify it. Right? Because I would gamify it and I would gamify it with some type of like prize. Because gamification makes everything easier to do. Right? So I would gamify it. And then once I gamified it, I would then attach it to some type of prize. And then I would say, like, out of these 20 companies, I would give them 5 things to look for, like, what is earnings, revenue? Like, I would give them 5 things. Which one has pricing power? What are they really good at? Stuff like that. And then from there, I would make them tell me which company is good, which company is bad. And then now we understand which type of companies are better tradable companies from there. From there, I would then get them to understand the indexes. So the differences between indexes, like S&P, QQQ, NASDAQ. The reason why you're going to do that is because now you're going to introduce them to stocks, and you're going to introduce them to index funds and ETFs. And now you can make them say these companies and these ETFs represent the same thing, right? So now you can say, if you don't want to trade an individual company, what ETF will be better to trade? That would be really good because now they can pick the two, right? So now you gamified it. And then I would make them, and again, it's in stages because every stage gonna lead to them actually getting to trading. So then I would 100% make them paper trade, but I wouldn't make them paper trade with like $10,000. I would make them paper trade with like, I'm gonna give you $1,000. And then I would gamify that. And the way we say, whoever can make $100, you know what I'm saying? You'll get this. Whoever can choose the best company and make $100, I would give them this. Whoever can make and then I would gamify. And then I would use it as a process of elimination. I would make it rounds where we have to go like head to head. Like winner goes against winner, boom. Loser goes against loser, boom. And then like there's the elimination. But all this does is now they don't want to get eliminated, right? So I would gamify it. And once I gamify, I would attach something small to it, like $10, $15, $20. And the reason being, something small like that makes me want to learn it, right? Because I'm going to tell you something. Even as an adult, I like gamification. Like, I went to a mentor, he was like, hey, here's an award for $100,000 in a day. Bruh, you know how we went crazy trying to make that $100,000 in a day? And he gave us a little dagger, about that big, that got $100,000 a day on. And then he said, here's an award for making $1 million in a day. Bro, you know how crazy I went trying to make that $1 million a day? I went so crazy for that $1 million in a day. Well, when I made, and I hate to say this, I did $500,000 and I was like, man, I only made that. Look what I only made $500,000. Why? I wanted a shield. A 40-year-old man, I'm grinding because I want this other man to give me a shield. That's it, I made $1 million in a day. Think about that, right? You know why? Because it's psychologically gamification that's attached to an award makes us do the work. You feel what I'm saying? So I think gamification of it, that would be the way to make them learn so much better. And you break it down in steps. So I would gamify and I would reward them as they go on, and then I would turn it into a tournament. Like, who can make the 100? Who can make the 200? And I will only give them $1,000 to go with, not the 10,000, not the 100,000, $1,000. Winners against winners, and then whoever can win it, you let them know, hey, you get this, and then we start all over again. Because once you lose, you're gonna be like, ooh, you're gonna be looking at who winning, you're gonna go back and do your homework, and you can't wait to do it again, right? So that's how I would go about doing it. That's how I would go about doing it. So there you go, brother. Hope you helped you out with that. And let's just give him some more fire in the chat because that's amazing, man. Thank you for coming in. Let's go a little further, man. So vitality is the toll we pay to invest. I want you to say that again. Vitality is the toll we pay to invest. Per year since 1928, the S&P 500 has averaged 7.2 declines of 3%, 3.4 declines of 5%, 1 decline of 10%, and this is on a year, a 15% drop every 2 years, a bear market about every 3.5 years. None of that is market breaking, it's the toll. Okay, what does that mean? That means we're probably gonna get a 7% decline, we're gonna get 7 declines of 3%. It's gonna happen, right? A 3% dip, it's happening. 7.2 times, right? A 5% mid correction, 3 to 4 times. It's happening. A 10% correction, at least 1 time a year, is gonna happen, right? 15% severe correction every 2 years is probably gonna happen. Now, we had a difference because Trump gave us one last year and this year. But flush Trump, man. He just busting up money, bro. Somebody said, Gamify. I thought gaming is destroying. No, I didn't say gambling. Listen to what I said. I don't have to find another term. I did not say gambling. I say gamify. Gamification. Gamification is simply what you think the Olympics is. Olympics is gamification. You win this, you get a reward. That's what entitles us to. That's knowing there's a reward at the end is it. You know what I'm saying? So, no, I'm not. Flush you for saying that. Flush you for saying I'm not finding another term. You're crazy. Let's go a little further, man. Yeah. What do you think the NFL is? What do you think the NBA is? That's gamification. What do you get at the end of a trophy? What are you talking about here? Get out of here. Like, what are we doing here? All right, so Burry said sell and the market said watch this. So the S&P 500 has surged more than 90% since Michael Burry famously posted a one-word warning to investors to sell. Burry made the bearish call in early 2023 as markets are rebounding. Instead of U.S. Stocks climbing, instead stocks climb, delivering one of the strongest runs in recent years. But I gotta give credit where credit due. Yes, he did say that. But what I will say is, he has been right on some heavy stuff. He was right when he went, and I gotta give credit where it is due, bro. He was right late last year, early this year when he said short Palantir. He shorted that sucker from 200 to 120 something. He was right when he said short NVIDIA. He shorted that sucker from 200 all the way down to 190 something. Now, whether he got out of that, I don't know. He shorted memory, and he was right. Now, him doubling down just now, I don't know. He doubled down on Palantir, I don't know. But he was right in some points, and he's wrong in some points. That comes with the game. Nobody is right about everything. That just comes with the game. I will say this. His right has turned into fortunes. His wrongs have lost him some money. I think that, what he is good at is he is really, really good at looking deeper than what the average person does. And because he looks that deep, it gives him the ability to make a lot of money. And he has really, really, really tough skin. So he can let a trade go against him for long periods of time to be right. I don't know if that's ego. I don't know if it's arrogance. I don't know if it's part of the plan. But I don't have nothing to say against him. I think this idea is to try to poke him, but I will say, again, when he shorted NVIDIA and he shorted Palantir, he made a boatload of money. When he started shorting memory, he made a boatload of money. And so I ain't mad at him. I ain't mad at him. I will say when he short something, I mean, I'd be like, come on, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like when he like, Michael Burry going, I'd be like, bro, what's going on here, bro? Because his name hold weight. You know what I'm saying? His name hold weight, and he be messing your trades up, man. So let's go a little further, man.
What's going on, Trap? Jose, I appreciate you for taking my question. Trap, I understand the mechanics of market structure, higher highs, higher lows, lower highs, lower lows, controlling highs, breaker structure, time frame. What took you years of actually trading to understand about the market structure that you couldn't have learned from a course or textbook?
Man, that's good. That is such a good question. And the reason why I think that's such a good question, because he said one key word, one key phrase in there. What took you years that you couldn't learn from a course? Bruh, like, that's so good, bruh. And the reason why that's so good is this. People will take a course, get in a mentorship, or get in a Patreon, get on the calls, and I'm not just saying me, with everybody, and think that you'll be a genius tomorrow. And with mentorships, so I believe this. I believe courses are really great because you get to get them at your own speed. I think mentorships are even better because you get to learn from your instructor's mistakes. That's why I love mentorships. Combine them together. What they do together is speed up the process, right? That's why I go to business mentorships. That's why I go to different mentorships. Like, I'll buy a course. I still buy courses and I buy mentorships because I combine them and it helps me speed up the process than me just consistently bumping out here, bumping my head. What I'm gonna say what really helped me out, bro, was learning about liquidity grabs. Because the market structure was really good. Like, that was easy for me to start pointing out once I really got it. But learning how they do, like, armed robbery, but learning how the armed robbery is attached to, like, the moving average stack, the fib, and the key level, like, combining them all together, bruh. A course couldn't, it's something about them kicking your door in time and time and time and time. And you're like, bro, this chart looks good. And you start seeing the wicks. You're like, bro, they just robbed me again. Damn. You know what I'm saying? It's something about that. It was like, bro, adding them key levels and then them liquidity grabs, bro. I was like, bro, they really be hunting that money. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie, bro. It was that, bro. I'm not gonna lie. It was the liquidity grab. It was the liquidity grabs that really, like, took me time, bro. And, like, sometimes I still miss it. You know what I'm saying? But I got such a better understanding of it. Because you'll be like, bro, this play about to go, like, the play will be going against you until you realize, oh, they going right there. They just going to snatch that money. You know what I'm saying? They just going to snatch them stop losses in. You know what I'm saying? They're like, bro, this is my support. Then and then how deep they willing to go. Like, we just showed the freaking HPE. Look, go inside of the liquidity pool, stretch you all the way out. Just to reverse. Like, what, bro? Like, yep, this my support. You know, stop loss right under there. You one of them. Oh, you a tight stop loss? Got you. You like the stop loss to be a little deep. Got you. Going a little. Bro, it's them liquidity grabs, bro. Like, man, like, every time, bro. So it's because the liquidity grabs sit in so many key levels. And that's why, like, the daily and the weekly are so important for me, because that's where you see it as clear as day. So having those key levels, and then once you throw the fib on it and learning, oh, they retrace all the way there just to do that grab. Just to go right back up. You just, bro, it's so, like, mind-blowing, the game that we play. And you have to accept this. this was something that I had to accept really, really a lot of. Like, social media will make you think that everybody is a freaking genius. I don't care whether it's Twitter, I don't care whether it's Instagram, I don't care whether it's YouTube, bro. Like, it will have you questioning yourself, bro. Like, how do you, like these dudes, like these, like what? 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 That's why I take pride, I'm gonna be honest with you, like, in showing people that, yep, I do lose money. And whether some people like it, whether some people don't like it, like, I take pride in it because I want people to know, yep, bro, like, I've made millions. Watch this, and watch what I'm about to say. Not off a group, not off a subscription. I made millions off the market. And I showed it. 4 million, 2 million, 860,000 to get a building, the down payment on a building. Shit, I'm not even gonna lie. Sometimes the market helped me pay the bills in the building. Right? Like, I take pride in that. And I never feel no kind of way about, yep. And if you've been rocking with this show since 2022, you know you've seen season where, yep, damn, Trap, boy, you getting your ass whooped right now. And then, like, a couple weeks later, you like, damn, Trap, boy, all I see is green up there, boy. And you'll see that run last, 5, 6 months in a row. And then you get them 2 months, like, damn, boy, Trap getting his ass whoop up there, boy, golly. I don't know how you taking that whooping like that, cuz. And he's just like, all right, let me navigate it. And then you come back, you're like, damn, bro, done ran that sucker up. That's why I love it. I'll get on Instagram, yep, 100,000. I just haven't had and I'm gonna be honest with you, like, I've had days, my Instagram messing up right now, they done snatched some of my posts, but I've had winning days where we had $50,000, 60, that ain't the wins I be wanting to post. I be wanting to post them 100,000, 200,000, 300,000. I want you to think different. And I've had some $50,000, $60,000 losses. Like, all right, I don't care about that, man. I ain't tripping on that. Because that ain't shock value. Shock value is $500,000 loss. Ooh, golly, I want you to question this game. You know what I'm saying? $200,000 loss. God, dang, Trav, shoot. I want you to look at it and be like, bro, showing something that's different up there. Right? And I'm going to say this, like, somebody that's in the trading community hit me up maybe like 2 weeks ago. And she was like, say, bro, I just want you to know something, bro. Like, don't never stop doing what you do, Trav. She was like, bro, you different. And I was like, because sometimes we don't get to understand who we are. We don't look at ourselves like that. And she just told me something that was so inspiring. She was saying, bro, like, I'm getting bread in the market. Like, my group killing it. I'm killing it. She was like, bro, when I see you post that 400,000, 300,000, 600,000, I be like, damn, Trav killing it. And she was like, when I see you post that 200,000, and I had just posted like, maybe like a $700,000 or something like that loss. And she was like, bro, I don't know how you shake back from that. And like the next day, here you come, 300,000, 400. And she's like, bro, it's so inspiring, but it let me know I still got room to grow. And it's somebody that look like me, that's playing this game at a high level. And she was like, bro, like, keep that up, bro. Don't never change. She was like, they may not tell you about it, bro, but like, you inspire us all, bro, for the risk you're willing to take and because you show them L's. And them L's make me question myself, like, damn, like, what would I do if I lost this much bread? And so, like, I said, dang, bro, like, I said, sis, like, I appreciate that, love. Like, thank you for that. She was like, bro, you just different. Like, stay like that. You're not the same. Don't never put yourself in a box. She like, and I give credit to everybody. There's no hate on nobody. You are not the same, bro. And so that let me know that, like, what I'm doing is right. And I know sometimes on the Patreon, it'd be a little tough, like, damn, bro, like, I done lost 2, 3 in a row, like, damn. Like, no, I don't go in there inspired to do, like, it's a choppy market, but I don't run from it. Like, when it's a choppy market and stuff ain't going my way, I don't be silent. I'll be like, hey, y'all, we got to navigate. We're going to take this L. We're going to do this. And I can say this, the people in my community, from however long, you've seen life-changing bread. That's what mattered to me. You've seen life-changing bread. And you had to take some losses along the way, but you done seen some life-changing money. And my goal is to always tell you, hey, once we killing it like that, don't give it all back. Like, start downsizing them trades. Start, when it ain't falling away, don't be revenge trading. Don't be trying to put man, I lost it all back. Sit on the side, do that. So that be my goal. Like, bro, like you've seen some life-changing money. And that's what it mattered to me. So I don't care about not showing a loss. But to get back on that, that was the thing, bro. Them liquidity grabs, bro, like, to me, that was the thing. Cause I stick to my key levels. Learning the VCP was really good. Learning about bases. I think this week I'm gonna get in my mentorship, we're gonna go through that, like bases. We're gonna go to accumulation stuff. Like learning those things helped me out a lot. But those liquidity grabs, bro, like, cause they come from so many different angles. Like previous day high, previous week low, that's a liquidity right there. All-time high, equal low, that's liquidity grabs right there. You know what I'm saying? They all over the chart. It's like looking at a chart, trying to look at every time bomb. They all over that stuff. And so I would say that's the one. That's the one that is one of the ones. So let's go a little further, man.
Trap, was down with it. Jose, appreciate you for answering my question. I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. Whenever you were first getting to like your milestones and finding yourself to be profitable, what characteristics did you have to completely like X out of who you are in order to actually achieve, sustainability? And what characteristics did you have to hone onto, so that you can make it repeatable? That's all I got for you, Trap. Appreciate you.
I ain't gonna lie, y'all on it tonight. Them some good questions, boy. Hey, what they say on Bad Boy? Dad, from now on, that's how you drive. From now on, Jose, that's the questions we need, bro, because that's the ones that help people out, bro. Ooh, that's so good. So, I'm about to tell y'all this, man. In the streets teach you to be greedy. The streets teach you to be greedy. The streets teach you to hustle all day, hustle all night, be on them blocks, get that money. The market gonna punish you if you greedy. In the streets, that was something that you learned. Like, hey, I'm hustling. I'm on a block, same clothes. I might don't shower for a week. And I'm just keeping it all the way real. I got the same Dickies on. I got the same, if the trap jumping, the trap is jumping. I ain't missing a beat. I'm up there all day, all night. What it doing? What we doing? The streets teach you greed. The market will slaughter you if you're greedy. It will slaughter you if you're greedy. Because you ain't gonna know when to get out. You're gonna keep more. You don't know how to sit down? Man, I had to get rid of that. I had to get rid of greed. And some of my greed would be like just looking at the money in the account on the screen. Ooh, that thing say this. Ooh, that thing say that. And that was before I got to the $1 million phase. Like that greed of seeing that money in the Patreon, I say this all the time. Hey, I know that money look good on the screen, but it look better in your pocket. It look good on the screen, but it look better in that I got more chip. So one, bro, it was that greed, bro. Like, and here's the crazy part about greed. You don't even know you be being greedy. You don't even be knowing you be being greedy. You just keep saying to yourself like, oh, it's gonna keep running. That's the endorphins. That's that dopamine. You don't know you be being greedy because it's not like a buffet. It's not like when you go to a buffet or something, when you eat, you like, dang, boy, like I got that itis. Like you get full, you be like, watch it. In the market, you don't know you greedy until they took it from you. Cuz, that's a banger right there. That's a banger right there. Hey, in the market, you don't know you being greedy until they take it from you. Because guess what you say after they took it from you? Man, I don't know why I was being greedy. Ooh, I hope y'all got that one, bro. It ain't like going to Shoney's or the Golden Corral or whatever that is, but you eat and you like, dang, boy, like my stomach poking out. It's a natural inclination to see that money and be like, ooh, that thing gonna keep going. It's gonna keep going. So you don't know how to take a little profit. You know how you don't know how to take a little profit? Because you keep wanting to see that number get bigger. But you don't know you... Because you know why you don't know you being greedy? Because now you don't attach your dreams and goals to that number. Yup, this more than my salary right here. Yup, this more than my paycheck right here. Yep, I'm trying to buy that. You done started attaching dreams to the green. Yep, this the retirement number right here. Yep, if I get this, I done made my first 100 grand right here. You don't think you being greedy. And then the thing about the market is everything be lining up. So even the market start running. The market is expensive, right? And guess what? You wake up one day and you like, whoa, what happened? And guess what? It's gone. Or they done took 40% of it. And now you got to make a decision. Do I take the 40% that they took from me? Or, man, it's just a little dip. I'm going to get it back. And guess what happened? The next day, follow through. Now you was up 70, 80, 100%. Now you're down 10%. Guess what you do now? Man, I'm about to get some more. You know why? It's going to come back. And guess what happened then? More follow through. Now you underwater bleeding. You hemorrhaging. Now you got to cut the loss. Now you done turn green and red. Ask me how I know. Bro, it happened to me now. And it don't even must be, I'll be like, bro, my target is I get up 30, 40%. You know, in certain markets, I'm good. Bro, I guess the SNDK, the play I put the $1 million in, bro. The next day I'm up 30%, 300 grand. I'm like, oh, I'm about to smoke them. I'm up overnight, 300 grand. I don't even know, like, in my mind, I'm not being greedy. Like, I put $1 million in it. Memory is running. Overnight, I'm up 300 grand on a play. 2 days later, I'm down 150. I'm like, bro, what the hell? I'm not being greedy in my head. What you mean? How that happened so fast? What the headline was? Why? What happened? Fam, I wasn't being greedy. I wasn't being greedy. But guess what? You made $300,000 overnight. Bro, get that. Get that. Pack half of that up. You know what my goal was, though? This $1 million play right here. Memory been running. I done hit, watch this. In 2 months, I done did 2-point-something million. Oh, I'm about to smoke him. This is about to be the $1 million play. Bro, imagine me turning $1 million to $1 million? Oh, it's on. It's on. Like, that pullback. I ain't shooting on that pullback. I'm good. Bro, $1 million to 300 I put it in that evening. That morning, we get up. It's 1.3 million. It's 1.3 million. Trap. In 10 hours, it's 1.3 million. You know what I said? I said, yep. You know what I said to myself? Boy, that entry was priceless. Boy, I entered that thing on point. I entered it on point. Look, it go up. Even at the end of the day, I'm not up 300, but I end the day up like 260. I'm like, man, I ain't tripping. Like, I'm good. Next morning, I'm up 70 grand. I go from 300 to 70 grand. I'm not about to exit the play. You know why I got into this time? I'm good on that, man. I ain't tripping. Next day, down 100. Whoa, wait a minute. Ooh, what happened here, fam? Whoa, wait, what happened? Next day, 200. Got me. I text Joy, hey, cut. A little pressure on it. You feel me? Fluctuate. By day 6, I'm down 300,000. Damn, cuz I got to exit the play. And guess what? Because I'm so transparent, I put it out there. Guess what everybody say, oh man, you don't know what you're doing. Oh, of course you gonna say, I made $2 million in 2 months. Now that I lost the 300,000 a week, I don't know what the hell I'm doing at this point. Now I'm the worst trader in the world. So the thing about the market is you don't know you being greedy until they take it from you. So I tell my team all the time, like, hey, that profit look good in your pocket. It look good in your pocket and on that screen. The one thing that I had to keep with me is my resiliency. My ability to take a loss and not let it break me. It's the one thing I had to take with me. My ability to understand what come with this game. There's no such thing as a trader who's perfect. If you find somebody that went 100 for 100, go the other way. Nah, I don't got nothing against people that don't show their losses, whatever like that. I have no problem with that. They probably show them to their community. They just don't put them on the gram. I don't have no problem with that. I have nothing to say about that, right? Because your community know if you winning or losing because they in it with you. As long as you explaining it to them, I'm cool with that. For you not putting it on the gram, man, you don't got to do that shit. That's freaking, it is what it is. Like, I'm not mad at that. I'm just bold enough to do it because I feel like you're going to rock me, you're going to rock me. The wins and the losses come. I'm going to lose some trades. Some people going to leave. We're going to make a lot of money. Some people going to come. That's the cycle. My goal is for you to not be with me whether you win or lose. My goal is to be with me where I can teach you along the way. You understand the market at a better way, and we're going to make some money along the way. We're going to take some losses along the way. At the end of the day, we won't win way more than we lose, and we okay with that. Right? So I would say those two things, man. The greed and your ability to endure. Your ability to get punched in the face and not let it make you feel like you can't fight. I think those are the two things that I would say that I would say stick with me a lot, the most. If I could add one more thing in it, shout out to my dog Ozell. I don't know if he's still on the Patreon or not, but he definitely be in the group and stuff. I remember maybe like 2 years ago, I was like, yo, if you ain't patient in this game, it's gonna beat you or it's gonna whoop you. And he came in the game, he said, it's a patient man's game, bro. And so I would say your patience, your ability to identify what's going on. I got that from the street. Like the streets in prison made me very observant. So I pay attention to activity a lot. Your ability to pay attention to activity and be patient. Your ability to see activity and be patient. Some people, you want to catch the breakout, and so what happened is that where the liquidity come at, it'll break, then break down. Your ability to be patient and observe is key. So greed, endurance, and your ability to be patient and observe, if you can master those 4 traits in the market, I would say definitely that would help out, bro. So anyway, man, we had a great show tonight, man. I hope I gave y'all some game tonight, man. That was my goal. Your boy is a little exhausted, but guess what? I'm going to sure deliver. Shout out to everybody, man, that just want to play the game and consistently get better at the game. Don't try to be great overnight, man. Give yourself some time. Give yourself energy. Give yourself respect. I would say just take your craft serious. Take the craft serious. And that's truly how you win at this game. Let's compound our freedom, man. The market is one of the ways that we compound our freedom. And remember, man, your freedom ain't about you. Your freedom is about the people who you give exposure to freedom to. That's what your freedom is about. It's not just about you. You are the sacrificial lamb. And there's nothing you can do about it. So you gotta wear all the wounds, you gotta wear all the cuts, you gotta wear the ups, you gotta wear the downs, because your scars become the proof that freedom is possible. Your scars become the proof that freedom is possible, man. So anyway, it's your boy, the Wall Street Trap, man. I will see y'all same time, same place next week, y'all. Make sure you get your merch, get your merch, get your merch, get your merch. if you're not subscribed, go to the Wall Street Trapper YouTube. I'm back. We about to start dropping some more videos. Make sure y'all go to Google Play, Spotify, download it, y'all. Other than that, man, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Send more people to us next week, man. Our goal is to get our chat to 4,000 to 5,000 people by the end of the year, y'all. Let's hit a goal, y'all. It is August, September, October, November, December, y'all. We got 4.5 months to get ourselves to 4,000 to 5,000 people in the chat, y'all. Let's go. I love y'all. I see y'all. Salute.